Hey, 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 everybody, what's up? It's got like a weird glow. It's got like a weird glow. What is going on, everybody? Except you, and you know who you are. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, 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 everybody. You guys come in, just tell me where you're coming from, and do me a favor and tap that screen. It helps the algorithm, and it gets more like-minded people in here. We'll be talking about Moringa. If you guys have any questions or want to know more about Moringa, let me know in the comments if you currently are taking Moringa or you are thinking about knowing more about Moringa. Hey, 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 what's up, Casey? How are you? What's going on? Texas. Coming from Texas. Oklahoma here. What's going on? I'm a Moringa farmer here in Oklahoma. We grow Moringa and microgreens, actually, so I actually have a microgreens Moringa kit. What's up? Hey, 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 Billings, GS Montana. Well, that's awesome. Hey, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, if you guys are new to my channel, if you want to learn more about Moringa, I'm going to be talking about them, but you can watch my Moringa video series. I have recipes and everything you need to know about Moringa. And if you look in my link in my bio, I have a free Moringa manual. I'll teach you more about Moringa. And I have a free samples. So if you never had Moringa, you're looking for a better quality Moringa, and you're looking to support your U.S. farmers, this is a great way to do it. And the free samples, and I got a Moringa spice and a Moringa powder. So you get a combo. And it's a great thing to add to your daily regimen if you're not taking something like a multivitamin or anything like that. The benefits of Moringa is a lot. It is really out there. So if you're, it covers a number of different things. First of all, it helps with inflammation. You get all your, it's a super food, so that you get your multivitamins. The Moringa spice is nice. I finally ran out of powder. Yeah, the spice, man, it's so good. It's you can put it over everything. Rice. I put it in my eggs. I put it on my chicken. I sprinkle it on all my food. I'll even make tea. I'll make tea out of it. So it's good to have just as tea because it's got dandelion root. It's got fenugreek. It's got cayenne pepper, cinnamon. Of course, Moringa. So it's pretty unique, and it tastes really good, and it goes down smooth. It has a little kick to it because of the cayenne pepper and the cinnamon. Getting ready to buy big skew seeds. FA maybe can make a place to grow some Moringa. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, all our supplements come with free seeds, so that's awesome. And if you're buying like loose leaf and stuff like that, it's best to buy it from a local farmer fresh here in the U.S. than overseas, because they have to, of course, harvest it and like that, and it sits in the, and it doesn't get actually here to the U.S. for 2 years before what's ever put in the stores. So a lot of these companies and stuff that sell it here in the U.S. or U.S. certified or whatever, but it sits 2 years in their storage up there. I've took trips and you see all this stuff. For tea, I don't like to have for tea. Love it on eggs. Yes. The Moringa spice is great on eggs. Let me move this over here. Move my cord. There we go. That's much better. Much better lighting. Hey, hey, hey. Invite guest. Hey, welcome in, everybody. So, like I said, grab the free supplies while they last, the Moringa tea, the Moringa spice, and the Moringa powder, and grab the free ebook. We have an awesome gift set going on too as well. So if you haven't tried all parts of the Moringa, a lot of people are used to this powder. Some people are used to taking the loose leaf tea and the seeds, but a lot of people have never tried the spice or the oil or our tinctures. So that's always and you get it for a great price. You get like loose leaf tea Moringa, and you get loose leaf mint tea. You get reusable baggies. You get a little strainer to actually make your loose leaf tea with, if you want to put it in your cup without the baggies. But you got the spice. You got capsules, the seed capsule. You got capsules, the seed capsules, and the seeds. So if you want to take them or if you want to plant them. So you got a number of bunch of stuff. I missed the live with Herb Gotti. You can watch it if you missed any of my lives. So I go live every Saturday with a live herbalist or someone like-minded who's into being more self-sustainable, better food, better water, better health. So you can go to my YouTube channel, From Them Farms, and rewatch it there. And all my lives I post there as well. And you can also, if you're on Facebook, I have a Facebook group there called From Them Farms. More than welcome to hang out there and join the stuff. So yeah, check it out on YouTube. I'm gonna try to do some more stuff. I want to do a couple lives there on YouTube. It's been a while since I've done lives there, but it's just yeah. So if you have any questions about Moringa and what it actually does, I can actually tell you what it's done for me and my family, other than what it actually can do. There's a lot of people that you tell them all this stuff that it can do, but they don't believe it, but until it's your own story. And, your own story of telling how it's healed or whatever, it's more, wow, this is actually, what it's doing. So, it may not. Some people get it for kidney health, or they get it for high blood pressure, or they get it for stress or energy. So it's a number of different things that it can do. What do you need? Smell some?
I had Marcus come in here and spray earlier, and he ran that.
Yep.
Where is it?
What?
He moved it.
It's over there.
Is it still on?
It doesn't look like it. Look like it turned off. You want it back on?
If we can't smell the bug spray, no, it's good.
I've heard of good for arthritis. Yes, RNA arthritis, because the inflammation. That helps with inflammation. So that right there helps with pain and a lot of other stuff. I was talking to people didn't know earlier, like bug bites. So venomous, like black widows or fiddlebacks, or recluse, fiddleback, same thing. So it's it helps with the pain, helps stop the venoms from spreading, and it reduces the swelling. So I have a video in my video series about RNA and arthritis, so how it helps. A lot of people that are have pain from it or whatever, as soon as the swelling goes down, a lot of their pain relieves. So it's really good for that. Hey, what's up, Freebird? I see you, brother. Thanks for hanging out in my live. Thanks for joining. Thanks for sharing the live, everybody. Appreciate that. Thanks for the likes. So the oil is one of the most not talked about, even though it's in a lot of skincare products and makeup products all around the world. It's one of the, like I say, it's used in a lot of high-end restaurants. It's used in as a lubricant for watches. So, thank you. Hey, Casey. Yep.
Did you turn
Actually,
the fan off?
huh?
Did you turn the fan off?
Yeah, I did. You got this one going too, but you got both, and then I can't hear my. They can't hear my live. All right. Well, we can turn them on. They don't need to hear me anyway. That's cool.
That's on low. Is that gonna be okay?
Whatever.
Well, if it's hard for everybody to hear, I'll turn it back off.
Can you guys still hear me? Okay. It's like drowning it out, but they can be the judge if they can hear me.
Well, if they can't hear you, I'll turn it off.
I don't know. Can you guys hear my sound coming in pretty good, or is it drowned it out? I've been looking into. Yes, you can still hear me. Okay. Uh, I hear you good. Okay, I've been looking to. Where's oil? But I'm interested about Moringa oil. So a lot of the oils are, which is good. Like if you use olive oil or coconut oil, any of these or whatever, Moringa is good to have in your arsenal. Whatever, emu oil, a lot of these other oils are really expensive, as well as Moringa. But the benefits from it you can use for different things. You can so many different things, just like olive oil or avocado oil. You can use it to saute. You can use it in salads. You can use it as medical benefits. You can use it on your face, your beard. That's what I was just talking about. So Fed Up Gear is gonna maybe talk, and he's gonna might be something here. That's what I was just talking about. So Fed Up Gear is gonna maybe talk, and he's gonna might be something he'll add to his line there, his skincare line, because he's got the toothpaste and the toothbrush and the deodorant, fire cider. He had a beard care products, but he might add that to that because of the beard oil. A lot of people actually people they love it in their beard, face, everything because it's good for hair, skin, and nails. Leave-in conditioner. Hey, my friend. Hey, welcome. Debbie 77. What's up? Just fine. Good. Welcome. Thanks for the likes. I appreciate it. I'm actually supposed to have a native herbalist on. She wanted, and I do this a lot. I love having the different people in here. And and I did schedule her, and we're gonna have to talk. She doesn't have enough followers to actually go live. So, and I did this two other times. I scheduled someone. So, how are you? Doing well. Thank you. Very busy. We got a lot of stuff done today, and we accomplished a lot of things. So, we still got a grind to do, but you guys aren't using copper. Use copper in your plants for electroculture. Just saying. How's everyone doing today? How's the weather? It rained hard this morning, and then it cleared out, which is good because we had to drive into. Push it out. Oh yeah, look who it is. Another farmer.
How you doing,
What's up,
brother?
brother? How you doing?
Man, blessed.
Hey, if you guys aren't following my good farmer friend right here, make sure you follow him.
Y'all,
Um,
y'all follow from them farms. He got some pretty cool stuff over, way cooler than what I got. He's still in business. I'm just about out of business.
he's one of those 1%. So it used to be 40% of farmers. Everyone grew their own stuff since the big corporations took over and stuff like that. But this guy's still, he's part of that 1% now. This is like 1 or 2%. That's still produce our own foods,
Yep.
grow our own
Thank you,
foods.
Maxine. Thank you.
Farmers.
Relax.
We're trying to
Y'all follow from them farmers. He actually does, and he's got a lot of good guests that comes on his lives also. Really good guests.
just tap the screen, guys. Appreciate it. Just tap the screen. Well, he's got a big crowd over there.
No, well, I got a bunch of Biden people over here,
It is what it
but
is.
listen, they are listening, and we're slowly converting them.
Hey, tell them come over here and buy from local farmers. Hey, man. And that's the bridge. If you guys, you could talk about and disagree about politics all the time, but you can't disagree upon food, our health, and our water. So that's something we all,
Yep.
even though we're divided or whatever, guys, still, talking about other people that don't matter to us. It helps, but if you just concentrate on each other first,
Everybody welcoming.
he could wear that, but he's still a human being, and you guys still support him. When you buy local from your local farmers, doesn't matter. You have to get your food somewhere. So
And we don't know
grow
what
your
we
own.
eating now.
Right. People are still people. Exactly. Yep. Following him now. Yep. It's just hot here. Okay. Stormed here late today. Wow. Yeah.
Gonna be doubles, y'all. Doubles. Got to have two individual
A lot
roses.
of people get big into that, and that's what I do. But you got to have a common bound, and this is my common
Got to have two
bound between.
roses.
That's why I don't do the religion or the politics or the money or the gender or the race on here, and I
Two
concentrate
roses.
on our health and whatever. Because the more of
Thank
us
you,
that are
Kelsey. Got to
together,
have one more rose.
helping feed, helping our health, helping our water,
If you don't mind, go over and give him two roses.
in the long run, in the end, it's just us fighting for each other. So, hey, welcome in. What's going on? So, how's your streak tonight? You guys doing pretty good?
Yeah, we're doing good. I started out, I try at nights. I try not to do the politic thing,
I
but
appreciate it, Debbie. Yep.
but they sometimes they just don't give me no choice.
Right. Products from quality people. Yep. I appreciate that. Yep. And
Yeah, anytime that you can go to a farmer's market, and just cause this at a farmer's market don't mean a grower grew it. You need to ask the right questions.
when someone small,
Timmy
I
Two
don't buy.
Shoes,
Yep.
thank you, brother.
It's
Thank you
always
for the pepper cranes.
you got to keep us in business, keep our lights on. The corporate, they get, they're from the government supports them and whatever. Anyway, we got to support
But
each
yeah,
other.
if y'all don't follow
Start our
from them farms, y'all
it's
missing it. Y'all
pressure.
need to follow him.
Well, you don't know a lot of our stuff we ship out to outside of the United States, and we get a lot of stuff that's shipped in here when we our own local stuff.
Yep.
You can just have it fresh here. So
Look, one of the best, oldest, expensive restaurants on the Mississippi Gulf Coast in Biloxi, Mary Mahoney's, known worldwide, had lots of big politicians, Republican and Democrat, in there eating. Got autographs and pictures. They just got, they're actually fixing to go to court, and there's two people that own it. One of them's facing up to 5 years in prison and a $500,000 fine, and the other one's up to 3 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. And this was from way back from like 13 to 18. They advertised local fresh Gulf of Mexico fish, and they was importing it from Africa,
wow,
and they busted them.
that's crazy. Hey,
No, I
congrats,
didn't get no
congrats.
bail out.
Hey,
MVP. Timmy got a boosted glove. Kelsey boosted glove.
MVP
Maxine, Rachel
goes
boosted
to
glove.
who's that? Cindy.
Well, brother, we're
Cindy
gonna let you
Lou,
get back to your talk. I didn't come over here to interrupt your talk.
Freebird. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everyone else for tapping, thank you. Oh, you didn't bother me. It's good to introduce you and another farmer. Hey, Mom.
But Lord, you must get up early and stay up late. Or do
Huh?
you ever sleep?
59. Do I ever sleep? Just like you, brother. You're up earlier than me.
I try not to get up too early, especially during hay season, because we don't do nothing till the dew dries,
Besides
but
that,
we work till dark. Well,
yeah.
brother, we appreciate it, and
Hey, appreciate you. Thank
you
you.
have a blessed night.
Thanks for hopping in.
Hey, thank you.
You too, my friend.
Yeah,
Hey, good
you know,
luck,
he got
everybody. Have a good one. Thanks for hopping in.
he got a lot of stick on each.
Producing their like their garden is just exploding with the bio kit. They're loving it. Mom, how you been? Are you at work? Still working late? Guys, it's a tag. She's not really my mom, but it's still funny. Great person though. Are you still doing your digital marketing? What's this? Big Northern Lights show above U.S. Maybe forecasters keeping an eye.
On early June.
Interesting.
Northern Lights.
Yeah.
In the middle of summer? That's unusual.
Yeah, I won't. Yeah. They could be seen all over the world, but
Typically it's cold weather. Very cold.
they're always. But it's just our. Well, yes. You work too much. Me, it's we got a lot of things to catch up and do and stuff like that. And something's always going haywire, like either our vehicles all go down at the same time or something happens or, we, um, it's always a constant battle. So, but we make do and get through. If you guys haven't visited my stuff, I don't know if I told you yet. I got these new, before he ordered one of my kits, one of my microgreens kits for Moringa. We got these smaller trays in now. See, they're smaller trays, and I'm gonna do a video soon of doing my microgreens, my Moringa kit. So we got these smaller trays now. Comes with the bio stimulant. It comes with you got your perlite. So before they were the bigger trays, now they come with the smaller trays, so you can put them right in your kitchen counter. And it has the domes and everything. So you got more. So if you guys want to grow your own food and you don't have a lot of room, this is the best ideal. It comes with your soil and everything like that. So you got your soil in here. It's really good sand soil. It's got a little everything in there you need for your kit. What else do I get? I got my seeds. Got my seeds. Got my seeds. I got 300 seeds. So you get that. You get your like 100 seeds in your kit. This is the biostimulant. What this is you add this. So you're going to mix your soil, your perlite, and your biostimulant powder all together. Okay, and you put that to the side. Mix it in a big thing because you're going to add it to your trays. But you always want to soak your seeds overnight, and you're going to soak it in this solution. This will help it germinate faster and give it all the nutrients are in the seed anyway. This just helps it. So, and you not only use this for your Moringa microgreens, but you can use this on all your plants, all your vegetables, whatever you're growing. Use this on it. You can put it in a spray. It tells the solution. You just put it and you spray it on everything. The stimulant as well. You can use that on all your you spray it on everything. The stimulant as well. You can use that on all your indoor and outdoor plants. It, with Moringa, as you know, it has a enzyme in it that's called zeatin. It helps. It's the number one companion plant, so it provides the nutrients and stuff to the other plants. So it's going to help them germinate faster. It's going to help them grow faster. So when you're adding the biostimulant powder and the solution, all this is just it's basically a tincture of it's the leaves and just cooked into a liquid. A liquid. Hey, what's up? What's up? There he is, Knowledge. Hey, Tina, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, if you go to my link in my bio, you'll see the kit, or you can buy the biostimulant. So, if you growing other stuff, this is great. If you're having trouble growing some vegetables or fruit or just any plants, you put this in there, and you're good to go. It's got everything you need. So, it's got all four pillars of what you need for your soil. I already grow mushrooms. May as well add microgreens. Yeah, hey, that's what I want to do. And I'm still learning about mushrooms. A lot of these kids, me and my wife were talking about it in different ways, and there's so many different things. But um, have you seen that lady who does the what's it called, Rebel mushroom? She takes makes mixtures in her kitchen, then she goes out in her forest and she grows them. It's called Rebel. It's for herself. She's not, she doesn't sell it or anything, but she tells you if you're, got your own property and it's just for yourself, you can grow it that way. It's pretty interesting, all the different mushrooms that she grows out in her little property or forest or whatever she does. It's pretty interesting. Thanks for sharing it, Freebird. I appreciate you. I see your stir fry in the future. Yeah. Oh man, this is what did Time to Heal talked about the burdock doing a stir fry. Microgreens or moringa is good for stir fry. Mushrooms, man. Yeah, I want to do mushrooms definitely. Man, I love sautéing them. Little garlic, oil. Oh man, get me watering talking about. Man, I put mushrooms. I can put mushrooms, my burgers, my spaghetti, my sauce, pretty much everything. My eggs, omelets, steak, hamburgers. Chicken, anything. Man, I cook up mushrooms so many different ways. Me too. Yeah, yeah. You have seen her. That's awesome. I just do lion's mane right now. See, I've lion's mane is something I want to do too. I would have to freeze dry it or dry it and then take it that way. I can't. It's so slimy. It's just a texture. The first time I had it, someone else made it, and it was. But I could take the powder or in a coffee. I think Angie has a tincture that's whatever, but you can freeze dry them and make it in a coffee or something like that or a tea. I could do that in a powder, sprinkle it on your food and stuff like that. Yep, that was supposed to be in point. Yeah, that's okay. Right, right. How's everyone doing tonight? Pretty good. weather. Hey, hey, hey. Thank you for liking the live, everybody. Thanks, Nodge, Casey, Freebird, everyone in the chat. Debbie, appreciate you. 77, thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you all. Tina, welcome in, welcome in. First time I cooked lion's mane, yes, it was slimy. Have to moisture out of it. Yeah, I bet. So cooking, I haven't cooked it yet. I've taken it as someone blended it up and I put it in a jar and it was slimy. But if I actually would have put it in my food or something like that or mixed it in something, I probably and maybe seasoned it. I can cook any mushroom and make it good. Like I said, if I dried it up and added it, that would have been good. Hey, welcome back, Mom. Good to be here. Hey, I appreciate that. How you doing today, Knowledge? Get a lot done. Man, I got all these seeds. I don't know if you guys got your seeds in your if any of your kits that you got from here. But the seeds that you guys get, we do something that a lot of the farmers don't do, and that's is because they come with a see how it's neat. It looks so much neater. A lot of these that you're going to get seeds from other growers, it's going to have the full uh, wings on them. I guess you want to call them wings. So they're going to have the full wings on them, and it looks bulkier. And when you get your package, you're going to have this in the bottom of the bag. You're going to have a bunch of wings down there. So because they fall off, so we kind of trim them down a little bit so it looks more presentable, looks more professional, and looks like you're getting whatever. So people appreciate that. So, but with these, I recommend soaking them for at least 24 hours. And some people like to take them out of the shells. Either way, the shell, if you don't crack them and do that, because it can develop mold and all kinds of other stuff, So if you do, just take them completely out of the shell. But if I like to keep them in the shell, it works fine. It acts as its own cocoon. There's actually a liquid that they produce. It's kind of like a simian sac or whatever, kind of like a. It's really interesting. I got seeds in my kit. Yep. I got detox seeds in my kit. Yeah, you got the ones that were already peeled, and yeah, you can plant those or eat them. How did they taste? A lot of people when they first taste them, I was like, oh man, I've tasted a lot of stuff, and but that just tells me I needed it. After taking them for a while, like I can pop them. I'd eat them with the shell and everything. But you can take them without the shell as well. But I would just pop them, and they were good. After a while, first couple days, I got used to them, and then I started off with one a day, and then I started taking one in the morning, one at night, and then you can do 2 and 2 if you want, or one in the morning, one in the evening, whatever. I wouldn't take more than 3 or 4, 2 in the morning, maybe 2 at night, or something like that. But that's what I did, and it helps. And you can just take one of these if you have high blood pressure, and it will help. It will instantly lower your blood pressure. It's like not an instant fix. You still got to maintain and watch your other stuff, but if it's really high, it'll help, like cinnamon and some other stuff. But it's really good. The seeds, and of course, taking the Moringa daily will help with that as well. But not just taking herbs, but you got to watch what you're eating and taking and stuff like that. So a, a lot of people say, "Well, I took it and it didn't help." Whatever. Well, you're not changing. You can't. They're not magic pills. Just like your pharmaceuticals or whatever. They're not magic. They'll help for a bit. They'll put a band-aid over it, but there's something else going on. So change your gut health or your daily whatever that put you in the position where you're what you're doing. I'm saving them to plant when I get my forever home. Hey, you can always like I say, grow one in a pot. Put two or three in a pot, see if it grows, and then carry that because it's never die. Once they start to wood, they stem because they grow very fast. You can always cut them down. It's the never die tree, so you can cut it all the way back down the stump. As long as they have a taproot, they'll keep growing. And plus, you can always, when you do that, you can always have leaves and stuff like that to eat, or you know, and do other stuff.
You can regrow the full tree every year.
Yeah, you basically, well, yeah. Once they have a taproot, you regrow it every year. For those people that live in uh, colder climate or someone where it's not that you can't grow year round. Yeah.
They can regrow from seed every year and harvest throughout the year. If she's worried about wasting her seed, there's no reason to worry about that.
Well, you can't grow from seed every. What do you mean?
You can grow from seed every year.
Once the seed's already thin, you can't regrow it.
That's not what I meant, okay?
That's what you said.
Start new trees every year.
You can what?
Start new trees. You can start new trees every year.
Okay, I'm not understanding. Haven't taken one yet. Wasn't sure what to do. You mean for the seeds? You know what you do? What I first, and it's easier for people if they don't want to just pop them. You can bake these too. You can bake them and cook them so they're baked. I'm going to do a recipe on that. So I'll put it so you guys know what about. But what like in the other kit is what you can do is so you're making a tea with the powder. You can put a seed or two in your tea, let it seep overnight, and then drink it. You put it in the fridge and drink it first thing in the morning, and your seeds will be softer. You can actually chew on them or whatever. Uh, or you can put them in your water bottle and let them, you just squeeze them, crush them or whatever. Take it out of the shell and just crush them. Put them in your water bottle and drink it throughout the day. But you can, if you put them with the hot liquid like that, you can. It kind of it helps. Got it. Yep. Hey, welcome in, everybody. Hey, what's up, Ben? What's going on, brother? uh, what else did I want to? What else did I want to share? I got You guys aren't. If you guys have Facebook, I started a new group over there called From Aren't. If you guys have Facebook, I started a new group over there called From Them Farms, so you can hang out over there. Stacy's over there, Angie's over there. There's a bunch of other people they're joining. I'm also on that new Bump Social. If you guys haven't downloaded that yet, you guys are more than welcome to download. It's a new social app called Bump Social. I'm doing some. I'm a media tester for that. They have a Bump Social search engine as well that they uh, is a pretty good search engine. I don't use Google search and I don't use Chrome, so but I might need to for my business. But other than that, I don't use those platforms to search for any information. I use Brave or other platforms. What's the other one? It's called Y or Yes? Was it Yes?
You.
You. My wife shared another platform. It's called You. It's a search engine. It's pretty interesting. It's different than you get different information that's not biased or it's not promoted by all these other like Google and other companies. So you get a totally different uh, search, which is interesting. I'm over there. Are you? Yeah. I think I did see over at Bump. So Bump Social is very new, so there's nothing going on there. Right, we're still working out bugs. We're I'm actually going to test a live over there, so I'm going to do a live, see if it notifies them touching some of the stickers and stuff like that. We meet every once a month and kind of go over stuff and see what we can add and see what changes we can make and stuff like that. But there's no one over there right now, so a lot of the stuff that you get kicked off these other apps for, you can probably go over there and there's no one's going to kick you off. But it'd be good to have a live and everyone just hangs in there and we can talk about and do whatever we want. I would want to talk to them about making it something like Clapper where you don't need a lot of followers to go live, or maybe you can be as a guest or something like that, or you know so we can have a group meeting I can do my Wednesday roundtable over there. A lot of people can participate. Hey, what's going on? Mostly I like Brave. Yeah, Brave's awesome. Okay, I'll look you up. Yep. How do you spell it? Bump. I'll spell it. Hold on. Yonex is a good one. Oh, okay. Hey, DM me that. I don't know that one. Hold on. Let me get this in here. Let's see. Let's see. Comments. Okay. If you look at some of my videos, I have it in there because I have the little things. I'm a like I said I'm a tester for Bump Social, and you can go to their website. They have a search engine too, Bump Social, or it's Bump. It's called Bump. It's a search engine, and uh, they have a social app now. Hey, times 10. Hey, appreciate you. Thank you so much for the gifts. Thank you for the roses. Thank you for the roses. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing the live. Thanks for the likes. Will do. Got it. Thanks. Hey, no problem. Yeah, share it with your friends, family. Guys, go on over there. Check out some of my videos that I already posted up. Like everyone's kind of starting to post more videos. I was the only one posting like videos. Everyone's kind of like testing it out, testing out the bugs. It's got a lot of issues, but if you guys are over there and you're looking at everything, tell me something that you want or something that's you could see that's not right or you're having glitches. Let me know, and I can tell when I go to my meetings and stuff, and I'll tell the creators of Bump Social. I kind of last week they're fixing some bugs and they deleted my whole account. It looked like, but they fixed it and they were doing some other stuff. So I mentioned some other stuff like, so a lot of stuff like I had to create herbalist and jewelry and stuff like that, hashtags or whatever. So it's stuff that people are interested in. So if you guys are interested in something, I can create those things so you can add those to your profile and stuff like that. Hey, welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much. I got it. Thanks. What's going on? What's going on? Am I in a delay? I don't know you yet. What's up?
Good evening.
Okay. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Oh, I'm chilling. Still kind of getting set up. How you doing tonight?
Good so far. Good so far. It's been a long day, but kind of settling down, trying to decide what tea I'm gonna make tonight. I know I'm gonna have moringa, but like I like to mix teas together, different flavors.
Hey, you could always throw some kava in there. That'll help you sleep.
Kava, and that's interesting. Um, I used to get a lot of my kava from my Polynesian friends in Hawaii, and back in the day, you could buy it in some of the stores when I lived in California, and then they did a ban. They banned it from all the stores selling it. But now they have these kava shops all over the place. They weren't, you know, people are saying, "Oh, it's killing my liver" or whatever. But there were tons of whatever they were doing. But in Hawaii or Polynesian culture, because they use it for ceremony and stuff like that, and you can get a DUI. People are for having it, but it also has another effect. If you take and they don't talk about this for if you take the right amount or much, it has a for males it has it's a stimulant for male reproductive stimulant. So
Yeah,
so either
kava's a
it make you
godsend, dude.
huh
Kava is a godsend. Kava is amazing. I mean, yes, obviously people, use it to get intoxicated, and it does have that effect. Don't even get me wrong.
right
As far as like people like getting a DUI for it, and everything, I could see that
right
because it's. I mean, when I take it, it's like I ain't trying to go nowhere if I'm doing kava. I ain't trying to, head out to the house, go out places. It's definitely not like a party herb. But it will kind of give you that feel good for a little bit. If you don't have too much, it won't make you too sleepy. You'll still kind of have that euphoric feel.
I used to take that with when I had a shoulder injury. I had a grade 3, three different uh, in a tear in my shoulder, and I took kava and valerian, and
That's quite the
man,
combination.
right, right, and
Yeah.
man, I was feeling good, no pain, man, I was as relaxed as could be. I used to put two things of extra strong, man, and be all, yeah, feeling good.
Yeah. If you weren't feeling good, I would have some questions for you. Doing valerian and kava together. I mean,
There's a video on here, and it's Polynesian guys introducing his other. I think he's from Australia. He's like, "What you got there, mate?" He's all kava. I have some. He's it's an old tradition, so he's scooping it out, pointing. He's like, "What does this do, man?" He's it's help you relax, man. Just and then he drinks it. And he goes, "Well, I don't know. It's not doing anything, man. Maybe I need more." He's like, "What?" He's like, "All right, man. Here's another glass." He gave him another one. A few minutes later, he's all passed out.
yeah, yeah, you're gonna be.
Maybe it's not strong enough. I'm not feeling a thing. He's all right.
Yeah, you definitely gotta. It's one of those things that you gotta give time. Let it develop. Kava is its own category in a lot of ways. Like as far as the feeling and the euphoria, valerian that shit'll just put you out and it'll sedate you. I mean, and we like valerian for local sedation. We like valerian for whole body sedation. People, pain management, sleep management, all that. Yeah, valerian's
So
amazing.
you should take tryptophan.
Do I?
Tryptophan.
Oh, yeah. See, I like tryptophan. I was
There's
talking about
some,
tryptophan in your last live that I was in.
and man, I had a military buddy. He's like, man, I fell down some stairs. So, and I was hurting. I was like, man, I got a lot of pain. He's like, he's all right, man. So take your kava, you be relaxed, whatever. He's all if he's all if you need one, it starts pain, you take this pill. I was like, all right. He's all if it starts to get worse, you want to increase the so you're not feeling anything. take this pill. And I was like, all right, it's a blue pill. One was a yellow pill, one was a blue pill. And he's like, if you had enough and you just want enough and you want to sleep and you just want to be knocked out, take this little pill. Now I'm looking at that little pill. I go, what's that little pill? He's on tryptophan. I'm all right. So man, it was a couple hours. I'm taking the first pill and I'm like, all right, it feels pretty good. And second pill, I'm taking that one. I'm like, oh yeah, it's starting to pain, and I don't think I whatever. And I was trying to wait because I was watching my daughter at the time, and her my ex-wife and his wife was out shopping or whatever. So I was like, "Hey man, can you take over for me? Watching my daughter. They'll be home here shortly." He's all right. Here's that little pill. I was out. I was like, "Yep, good to go."
Yeah, tryptophan's no joke. And well, see, last time I was in a live with you, we had a nutritionist in that she was saying she does theanine, and yeah, that's when I mentioned tryptophan. Like, if you like theanine, you'll really like tryptophan. Tryptophan is very good as far as like helping when it comes to like mood stabilization, um, helping when it comes to kind of anxiety, relaxing, things like that, being able to kind of, get, I mean, not get out of your own head, but, have your head relax a little bit. So it ain't, you don't have the racing thoughts. You're not all, yeah, liposomal tryptophan has been a godsend for quite a few people. That's a common go-to for me because sometimes it's better to go with an amino acid than it is to go with a whole herb because some people are so sensitive. And so, when it comes to like all the compounds and everything, they may or may not react. They may be sensitive and everything. So going with something like liposomal tryptophan, you're looking at a lot more of the effects
Tryptophan
without,
in it.
see, I believe that. Yeah, I believe that. I mean, and Moringa is a superfood though. Moringa has so much good stuff in it that it's going to help several different aspects of your health. And that's the whole point of a superfood. That's the whole idea. When you got something that's got its greens, when you got something that's got its minerals, you got carotenoids, B vitamins. I mean, what there's a little bit of,
You need a multivitamin, and then you could add, whatever else to it. But if don't waste your money on these gummies or, some of these Flintstone vitamins. That's what they are, basically. Other stuff. Um, just take something all natural like this, and then you can add, sapelina or some of these other herbs that are high in, whatever you're needing to add to it. But this is a good base. And then if you have, you know, iron, you need to add that, or magnesium, you can add just a little bit, to top it off, or whatever you need to do. But
that's one of the good things about Moringa is that it contributes magnesium. It contributes, some of the good mineral and nutritional factors that we're looking for in a superfood. And
right,
so I like it for, I mean, pretty much anyone and everyone, but people who are prone to bone density issues and osteopenia, osteoporosis,
I need to
people
do.
who
I think you mentioned that.
say that again,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh, I need to do a video on that. Then that you mentioned that, it's really good for your bone health. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, most certainly. That's definitely something you should get into. I mean, it's something I've spoken on, several times in my content. Not about moringa specifically, but about the minerals included in moringa, because like moringa does have those minerals. Moringa does contain, some magnesium, some calcium. It actually has quite a few minerals in it. It's something that can contribute to several different aspects of health, including bone density, but also several different aspects: immune system, digestion, overall, contribution as far as like bone density. 60% of the magnesium in your body actually resides in your bones, and so that's one of the big things. This is something that's good for nursing and pregnant moms, most specifically nursing moms. Well, I don't know if moringa is it safe for pregnant moms? It may not be.
Yeah.
Is it?
Actually, um, yes. And you don't want to do they. It's actually used in a lot of countries for nursing moms, malnutrition children, stuff like that. But when they're breastfeeding, yes, you're going to get your It's your vitamins and everything, your minerals that you need for breastfeeding, and it'll go, of course, straight to the child. But we're not saying do that. Make sure you check with your physician, work with your physician, ask your doctor, read the studies. There's ups and downs. So uh, work with your primary care before doing that, because there's in anything, especially when it comes to herbs, there's going to be both sides of the story. But they're going to tell you, oh, there's not enough study on it, whatever. Someone's done a study somewhere, So, uh, and if it's something that you decide to do or whatever, uh, because there's a lot of people that I've heard people say, hey, don't do this, don't do that. But then the other people say, hey, I've done it, and testimony outrules what you say. So, like I said, just and know the quality too. There's quality. So if you're doing loose leaf, you want to get it fresh as possible. Unless it's freeze dried or dried, that's good. But if you're getting powder, you know, there's so many different sources.
Yeah, I
Be careful.
definitely have seen it do well for. Oh, I'm sorry.
Uh, Sources, just any supplement, and knowledge will know this, because a lot of these supplements, these companies, say, hey, this is this, but they have fillers in them and sugar and all kinds of other stuff. It doesn't have. You got to read the ingredients, because a lot of these companies are just trying to make a quick buck and turnover, and so that has issues too. It can play on your health as well. Hey,
Truth.
thanks.
I actually speak on this quite often in my content and on my channel. How when I'll have these supplement brands that get up with me and they want me to sell their product, and it's like, oh, they offer great commission rates and this and that and everything. And it's like, then, I go into the ingredients and it's like folic acid, cyanocobalamin, we got like a bunch of fillers, mag silicone dioxide, stearic acid. Sometimes they'll, add like, and actually one of the big things that I screen for is like synthetic sweeteners. And a lot of them will add sucralose these days. So definitely, especially for like your smoothie stuff and everything, yeah, screen that stuff for sucralose, because a lot of the powders and all that got sucralose in it. And I can tell you right now, that's as far as your neurological health, your neurological signaling, your digestion, brain health. There's so many different things that are negatively affected by sucralose and other synthetic sweeteners. So definitely get away from all that as much as you can. And when it comes to your supplements, if they're putting that stuff in to their ingredients, they probably don't actually know what they're doing. Go with a different supplement maker, and or go with something more food based, like Moringa, like what From Them Farms is telling you. Go for something that's like a superfood that's going to have a lot of those nutritional compounds that we're looking for, without the fillers, without the junk, without the crap.
Yep, exactly, exactly. Hey, Joe, what's up, brother? Hey, another moringa farmer. He's actually in California. If you're in California, uh, Joe's he's moringa destiny. Joe Green in here. You guys see me go live with him, but he's one of my other part of our collective. So he's got a couple trees growing really pretty good there. So and he has a lot of products. So if you're in California, if you want to buy local, he's the guy. So hey, welcome. Hey, thanks for the follows. Thanks for the likes. Appreciate you guys.
I think another thing
Maybe,
that I would like to offer, it's good to see that people are picking up on health and wellness, and that it's becoming, more like because when I first came on here and I was doing what I do, nobody else was selling supplements.
right.
There was nobody, and TikTok Shop wasn't a thing. It wasn't being offered. It's like I've probably been selling supplements longer than anybody else on this app. And like, and I'm not saying that to like, to kind of put myself in any kind of special category. I'm just saying that I've seen it all. And I will say it's now at a point where it's trending. And like a lot of people are into it, they're in on it, and they realize that that's where the money's at. That you can sell merch, you can sell gear, you can sell all kinds of shit. But you know what? Supplements, people are going to keep coming back for, especially if it's good. And especially when it's something that practically supports someone's life, they're definitely going to value that product. They're going to value your place in their life as when it comes to directing them toward that product. So I said all that to say this, like when it comes to health and wellness, keep it health and wellness. Don't have like the political creators coming in and kind of taking the space over when it's really for us, not for them. We're not here to get out political messages. We're not here to
Right,
be conservative or liberal or anything like that. We don't give a shit about any
right,
of that stuff on this side of TikTok. None of that means shit here.
right,
Like we are not here to promote other people's message of revolution and shit. Fuck that. Fuck your
right,
revolution. There's a whole bunch of sick and dying people out here that need our help and need our guidance and need good information and good products and good things that make sense. That is
right.
what we're here for. We're here for
Exactly.
them. Fuck your
100%.
revolutions. Fuck your agendas. Shove them up your ass. We don't give a fuck about that stuff.
Right,
So, and
right,
that's why
exactly.
I've like traditionally, especially like as far as people I promote and like my people, people that are close around me and everything that I give shouts to, I would prefer that y'all not give shouts to these political creators. No offense.
No
Like
offense.
love all y'all and everything. Um, don't bring them into our space. They don't belong here. That would be me. I got a kitty in the background. Sorry. She just had kittens. She had kittens a little while ago, and I'm taking care of them inside now. And so she's kind of like she's where my kittens are right now because I moved them into the bathroom. Anyway, it's a whole bunch of stuff. But what I'm saying is like this should be about healing. This should be about education. So definitely, keep it that way and keep when it comes to, bringing people, in and around and all that, just make sure that that's what they're about and that's what their content reflects. I'm not saying I do other things on this app and all that, but especially on this account is all about you. That is the
Right,
whole point of this account. And yeah, I think From Them Farms is a lot like me when it comes to this, and part of the reason why I like being around him, and your vibes are perfect, DJ. Like that's it's one of the good things. Go on.
yeah. And like I said, and we're not saying like me and him have both. You can have those people, but they know when they come on this platform, on this account, that I don't share those things on here. We could agree or disagree about it, but that's not what we promote. So I have other accounts for that if I want to get into that. But they know when they step on, we don't talk about those things. It's strictly, like you said, for your guys' health and to help each other. So that doesn't exist because our main is like I said, we have to have that common bond. It's health, food, and water that we have a common bond. We can talk about all those things and agree upon those three things. Other things we won't agree upon, and that's what we need to put our blinders on sometimes and not get concentrated because then we lose focus on you guys and we lose focus on your health. We'll lose focus on your food and water and helping people. So if we concentrate on what's going across the other world or what's going on over there, some rally or whatever, that's that's a distraction and people aren't being helped. So like I said, people are talking about growing their own trees. That's why we do the free seeds. That's why we tell you, hey, I don't care. And then Joe was in here. He's another moringa grower. I don't care if you buy my from me or you get it from him. All I care is about your health and wellness, and you're being healthier. So if that means that you buy, even if it's and that's why I'm different. You see um knowledge in here, and I think he has a moringa product in his arsenal, and I know he has the lion's mane and stuff like that. It doesn't matter. It's about your guys' health, you know. Uh, so some of these
Um,
products that you see
I gotta
in the
check and
in
see if I currently sell Moringa. I might have a Moringa product in there. I don't know. I got a lot of shit in there, but I used to sell Moringa. I know I used to.
that one
Um,
do for the I think lion's mane, and you do the I don't know if you do cayenne pepper through them. Are you the collagen? I think is that one company.
Yes, so that's through micro ingredients. I do the collagen, so we got the multi-collagen with, diversity in types of peptides. We've got the lion's mane. They might do a moringa. I'm not sure, but I would definitely put people toward you for moringa. I don't
Coffee
need,
or something.
yeah, I don't need the moringa money. You know what I'm saying? Like I could definitely put people toward you for moringa. Anybody who wants or is interested in buying moringa, any of my people or anything like that, it's like if you're thinking about it, get it from this guy. That's what I would say. And especially since, he's going to send you seeds to grow your own and all, like do it, go for it. Um,
100%.
I, so I sell on TikTok shop and I also have direct affiliate programs as well via, you can access those via my link tree. So I've been selling, like I said, I've been selling supplements for years. So like it's never hard for me to dip in and out of the supplement industry. I got I have, like I said, I have direct affiliate programs with quite a few companies, and then I do work on TikTok Shop, but I haven't really been overly focused about promoting products on TikTok Shop. I've more just been talking health and wellness and kind of hanging out and supporting other creators that I see doing things that are right and make sense. So yeah, yeah, I love this, EJ. Like I love what you do here. So what up, Grow Food?
Hold on, give me a second.
I'm like that too. You gotta let me get set up.
Yeah.
See.
Look at your shop. Sounds good. Yep.
So I heard,
Hey.
I heard the rant about politics. Yep, it doesn't come in here. And yeah, the Moringa King. I'm all caught up. How's everybody doing?
Yeah, hey, I appreciate that, and I'm doing great. I guess my thing is I've seen good stuff like this get ruined because you get all the political creators in, and then more of them come in, and then more of them come in, and more of them come in, and the line isn't drawn. And it's like,
Hmm.
oh, we're all into health and wellness now. Like, no, you're not. Like, y'all got to get away from me. I know what you're doing right now. Get away from me. The people that have been doing this, I know who they are. I've been on this app doing this. Like, quit pretending like you're me. Quit pretending like you're one of us. And I like that some of them have caught on and that they've switched up their content and gotten more into that. That's great for them. I'm happy for them. I'm proud of them. It's just that you're never gonna stop doing your bullshit. You're gonna bring your bullshit in with you when you come over here, and we don't want that.
And I've had
Yeah,
people.
if they want my political side, they can go to my website and see why I'm doing some of the things that I'm doing. But like overall, it's to help people freaking grow food and get away from McDonald's and get away from all this garbage that's happening. Like, I don't know if you guys saw the post, but I just made a post where every time I get an ad for fast food, I'm going to report it as offensive content. I think everybody should be reporting it as it's offensive that you think I should eat that garbage.
Dude, I tried to do that the other day because like I'm petty. I don't give a fuck. Like I'm so tired of the Taco Bell ads. They will not let you report the fucking ads.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So just I mean, but we'll find a way to do this. I don't care. Like I mean, it could be other people's posts, but like, no, like I'm serious. Like I'm petty as fuck. Like like Taco Bell should go away. McDonald's should go away. There's just a lot of these places that these corporations that they'll always be here no matter what, and I get that. But gosh, man, they really shouldn't be. It should be more, small businesses. It should be more, small restaurants, groweries, nurseries like that. That's more, what I would like to see. Less pharmacies, although pharmacies are necessary to some degree. Less pharmacies, more natural health stores.
Yeah, yeah, that would be great. What's going on,
Got
Aaron? Welcome in.
this guy Ed that just you see him in the thing. He's a phenomenal woodworker. He makes bowls and vases out of wood. Just puts them together. Phenomenal work. Doesn't sell it or anything like that, but
Why not?
beautiful, beautiful work. So it's a hobby. He gives it away as gifts and for his family and stuff like that. But I've seen
That's
his work, man.
that's what me
Does
and my
some
ex used to do. We had a wood shop in the basement. We used to do all kinds of woodworking.
nice. Hey, can dogs take? Yes. So moringa is it's plants. So um, animals will always eat microgreens and moringa first because they know the nutrient value of the plant. If you have microgreens, grow microgreens or sprouts, you feed them to chickens, horses, cows, whatever, they'll always eat that first because they know the nutrient context. Same with moringa, fish as well. What's that?
You feed it to your dog.
Yeah, so, and what it does, so a lot of people, not only it helps, and this is one thing I don't talk about because it's an extra bonus. People start using moringa either on their animals or themselves, and they notice, especially if you're trying to lose weight or after it does like makes you feel fuller because you're getting all the nutrients that you need. It has 92 of your minerals that you need, but it has the amino acid uh, non-essential and essential count that no other plant has. So your dogs love it, your horses, your cows, but they're I know a lot of fish farmers that feed it to their fish, and they save money on their food because they feel fuller. They know they're getting the right nutrients. Sometimes you don't know if your dogs or your cats or whoever's getting the right nutrients. And like I said, for ourselves, if you it's a good baseline. So to give your cats, your dogs, your cows, your chickens, you know that they're getting the base nutrients that's needed. So anything else that you add to that, you know you're okay. So if you're going to take a multivitamin for your dog, your animals, yourself, perfect. Vegans, I don't know why I've been in a lot of vegan chats and they don't even talk about this. Vegans don't even talk about a lot of their, natural, herbs and stuff like that. They talk about all these smoothies and shakes and stuff. But I'm like, hey, you could eat, dandelions or splaya or moringa. You guys are talking about, I have to eat 1,000 beans to get the right protein or whatever. I'm like, well, maybe look into herbs.
Yeah, yeah. When I was younger, I was a vegetarian for a lot of years. And one of the problems that I wound up having was like I would touch something and I would feel it a couple of seconds later. And when I went to the doctor, they were like, your nutrition level is very low because you're a vegetarian. And I had to start eating meat again after that.
Right. So a lot of people think this is a good thing. And this is the problem when I go to a lot of these and I do it on Facebook because and if you guys follow me over there, I have a From Them Farms group, but you won't find a From Them Farms or you won't find me under my name under account. It's Ramuel Serrell. So reason is I'm the one of the people that got a lifetime ban in Facebook during the COVID, and I was but anyways, so I can't so I had to make this account over there. But the one thing I do, and I try to help people over there too. But I was talking, as she was just saying, these for vegans and vegetarians and stuff like that. Um, hey, here's another concept. But a lot of the groups that I've been in there, and I ask them, because the question comes up, why are you doing this? Are you doing this for health purposes or over political or just because you're mad at meat eaters? And when 90% of them just do it, a lifestyle, changing their lifestyle because they're mad at the industry. I'm like, well, if you think, say I'm going to go, when I did raw vegan for a whole year, I had to look into it. I didn't wish I knew more what I know now that I knew back then too, because I would have been very, very good. But I did benefit from it. But if you're going to go on any lifestyle, if you're going to do all carnivore, if you're going to do the bee diet or the watermelon fast or whatever you're doing, do your research on it first. Make sure you know what you're doing and understand it. So if you're going into another changing something and you're going to make it a lifestyle, understand the do's and don'ts and the consequences and understanding more of it before you go. And don't do it just for a fad or because you're mad at somebody. Do it for your own health reasons, and that should be your main source if you do anything. If you're taking Moringa, it should be for a health source. If you're taking ibuprofen, it's because you want to mess up your liver. If you're taking, something, you got to know why. I just threw that out there. But
It's true. It's facts.
It's
eat
facts though.
eggs. It's if you're taking a supplement like we were talking about earlier, find out, is this the best supplement for my thing or whatever? Is this the best thing for this? Am I getting best? And that's why we would encourage you to guys to buy local and buy from your local farmers. It's not because we want your money, but we want you to be healthy. It only makes sense. If I needed, say, the three of us live next to each other, and I wanted fresh eggs, and Danny over here has fresh eggs. Oh, well, I can go 5 miles down the street and get eggs from Walmart, or I can go next door and say, Danny, hey, whatever you're charging, I'm charging, $7 for a carton or whatever it is, dozen eggs. And I'm like, it's expensive or whatever it may be, but if I go to, I'm getting quality eggs. I know, and she says, hey, they're fed by microgreens or Moringa, and I'm like, well, I know I'm going to get some good eggs, and it's going to be healthy for me. So don't settle for convenience. Settle for quality, but you're supporting local, and you're getting quality stuff. You're not getting something that's.
One thing about the eggs that happened over COVID was that they extended the shelf life even longer. So like you were buying eggs in the store that were already a month old, and then they were like, for COVID, we're gonna extend that even more. So you're buying old eggs, like really old eggs, and nutrition fades over time. So of course you want those eggs from your neighbor as opposed to going to Walmart, especially Walmart. But there's also something that you guys have to watch out for on the market is fake eggs. They are literally making fake eggs that are not real eggs. And they seem like real eggs. It's very hard to tell the difference. So if you can get fresh, that's definitely a priority.
Wait. They're faking eggs?
They're faking eggs. Yeah.
Explain this.
China is making fake eggs and exporting them to other countries, and then we're buying them in the grocery store, and people can't tell the difference. I hear that some of these fake eggs have more yellowy yolks as opposed to like the gold yolks, that the yolks break easier and things like that. But yeah, you guys should definitely do a deep dive into that. There are fake eggs on the market. I'm seeing a lot of fake food. I don't know if you guys are seeing the fake watermelon, the fake bananas, the fake, and I've had experiences where I bought things where I'm like, is this even real? Or is this plasticides? Like, what's going on here? And the whole like 3D lab printed meat, I suspect that some of that stuff's been on the market for a really long time, because I remember getting weird cuts of meat that were just like not normal.
So it's eggs. So what was it? Those eggs that they had the little stamp on it, Eggland's Best or whatever. Before I knew about eggs, I thought, hey man, these are the only eggs I used to buy because I thought those were real eggs. They actually add the nutrients to it. You know what I'm talking? Was it Eggland's Best or whatever?
Everybody thought they were on the market.
A stamp on it or whatever, little red stamp. And I thought, man, those had to be. No, those are some of the things that are genetically modified or whatever, or has whatever they actually add stuff into it, protein and stuff like that to make it whatever. And like a lot of people, they don't understand. Like if you have eggs yourself or have chickens, you get different colored eggs. You're not just white or brown eggs. A lot of people don't even know there's green, other blue, turquoise, whatever. They're healthier, and someone was saying in here, make sure they're fed the right grain and stuff like that. That's important. And the best eggs to buy is someone who actually, free ranges, and stuff like that, but feeds their stuff. That's the way they're eating all the weeds and dandelions and the microgreens and bugs and stuff to get their protein. You know, not and you can and cayenne pepper, all kinds of stuff. Is good for them. But yeah, that's important.
Not to mention, like, chickens are so beneficial. They get rid of ticks in your yard. They poop out fertilizer for your garden. They eat your food scraps. It's a full system loop. Like, when you have chickens and you're growing your own food, you very rarely have to go to the grocery store to get anything because you have it all right there. And that's something that I fought for since 2020. It's all on my website. I had hundreds of people send me pictures of themselves with their chickens to normalize chicken ownership, because actually the decibel of the sound of a chicken barking is no louder than a dog barking. So a lot of people are like, I don't want chickens in my neighborhood because they're loud and da 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 da. But like, if you have a neighbor with a barking dog, it's the same thing.
It's hard to free range with all. So I have a farmer that was just on here. He has free range chickens, and there's a lady. I ought to tag you in it. Make sure you DM me. I think I can find her video. So hers is kind of like our land. So it's wide open acres, and she didn't cut down any of her. She doesn't mow her grass basically. So her chickens, she has like 50, 60 chickens or whatever, and they stomp down the grass. They do it all, and then they eat it or whatever. So they mow it down for her basically, but they're eating all the ticks, all the bugs, all the protein. The other farmer that I just had on here just a bit ago, now there's several like Tyson and a couple other companies they just came down with a bird flu or cow, whatever it is. But his chickens were the only ones out of all the chickens around him. They had to come to his farm and make sure he didn't have it. He says, how come yours chickens didn't get it, but all the other chickens around you did? He says, because mine, he believes, he doesn't really know, but he says because they eat the bugs, and the bugs actually ward off your fake disease that you guys got going on or whatever. So know your grower, who you're growing it from. Like I said, if I'm buying from her, I know she's hey, use any pesticides or the free ranging. Know your growers, like your farmers markets or whoever you're dealing food with. Someone was talking about Moringa, who get the best Moringa from a local grower. So I'm a local grower. It would be better to get it from me than if you're buying it from some other. You can get it overseas from the source, but it's before they can even ship it here in the U.S. It sits in their warehouse, and it takes about a year to two to actually get over here to the U.S. So
yeah, and that's the thing. Like something that we saw in 2020 when everything was getting locked down and shut down and everything is we reduced the number of imports from other countries initially and then amped it up. So like most of our food was actually coming from other countries, which was like blowing my mind because they were shutting everything down. And the thing that I said was like, we should all do victory gardens. Like we should all have a garden. If you don't know how to grow something, tell your neighbor to grow pumpkins. You grow tomatoes. You're only learning that one skill, right? That one thing to grow that year. And then every year, get another neighbor, add one on. And then eventually you wind up with a community that doesn't have to source from anybody. You don't have to worry about the trucks going down. You don't have to worry about the bridge getting taken out. You don't have to worry about bringing things in from other countries. All of those problems go away. These huge factory farms, and I love our farmers and I love what they do, but these huge CAFO factory farm, industrial farms are doing nothing but destroying the animals, making us need more antibiotics, they're screwing up the waterways, they're doing all of this stuff. And that's why I said victory gardens were the way to go. The government pushed this during World War I and World War II, and we fed 43% of America's people with our own backyards. That's why great grandma had a garden and you snapped sugar peas and with grandma, these things, they just kind of disappeared from our society and they shouldn't have. like
Right.
at all. They shouldn't.
Right.
We should have never been doing this. We're taking chicken, we're butchering it here, or we're butchering it here. We're sending it to other countries to cut it up into pieces and then sending it back over. And then they're going to talk about, they're going to talk about like how cow farts are killing everything. No, planes and jets and the way that transportation for our food, like just alone, is too much for everything. But on top of that, we got celebrities flying all over the place every day. Like it's common sense things that people just aren't talking about, and we're here to talk about it. No one wants to
Betsy,
listen to me
if you
because
guys, so everyone who's has their own garden or farmer or anything like that, you're part of that 1%. Remember, she said there was 40%. Now you're part of that 1% that actually grows food and helps. So you're a 1%er. Second, if you guys haven't downloaded the Farmish app, Farm Fresh 24/7, or Eggs Nearby, there's other apps that are coming out too, or your local. Look at your local farmers market too. But Farm Fresh 24/7, you can buy, sell, or trade on there. And if no one knows about this app in your community, it's your job to go out and introduce it. Especially if you're a farmer or a gardener, you can be crocheting or sell cookies or carrots or radishes or oregano or moringa. I have my moringa on there. You can sell jewelry on there, but you're buying, selling, and trading on there. They even accept EBT cards. But you can, if there doesn't exist in your community and you're not getting any sales, it's your job to go out there and create that. Say, hey, check out this new app. If you guys, whatever, instead of buying, settling for convenience, I live 5 minutes more from your drive to Walmart. But you're going to get you're going to get quality, fresh fruits and vegetables or meat or cows or whatever you're selling to them.
yeah, so
And
there's Farm Fresh 24/7, and then there's the Farmish app, and I'm seeing more and more of these apps. There's ones for ranchers now to get meat. There are so many of them. What I tell everyone is bring the barcodes to your farmers market, meet all of the farmers, and show them that they can bypass the system by communicating with each other on these apps. They don't have to deal with all of the stuff they're dealing with. They can go straight to consumer.
eggs app, yes, eggs nearby. It's just like the Farmish app. It's just like Farm Fresh 24/7. I'll type them in here so you guys know, or you can go to. Danny has it, and I have the Farmish app.
Mhm.
It's actually a good friend.
Yeah, our friend Tara is a very good friend of mine. She started Farmish in 2020. When I started my cause, she started hers at the same time, and we just I was like, this is what we have to do. This is exactly what we need. We need something that we can bypass all of these other systems that are going on and make our own system. And she's gotten grants. She's done so many amazing things. And if people aren't using it in your area, it is your job to bring it to the farmers markets and let all the farmers know that it's there, that it's a resource that they can use.
And you can
So
advertise it for free, or you can pay for advertising. Do it free. Just let people know. The more people and it's the app is for you. It's not for the creator who created it. He made it for you guys to
Yeah.
use.
Mm-hmm.
Go
I
ahead.
fully support the use of these things. I mean, this is what I've been telling people for a long time is like, get up with someone local, work with local people, farmers markets, things like that, anything that you can't source. Like, I just see gardeners like selling stuff all the time on the side of the road here. And a lot of time they'll even have on their signs, which, if you are a gardener and you're selling your food, advertise it if you grow organic.
Oh
You get
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Chicken.
advertise that shit and let people know that that's
Mm-hmm.
something that you do because, like, I can tell you right now, that's what a lot of people are looking for when they're driving down the road. If they're going to buy something local, they want to make sure it's grown right as well. That just because you grew it in your garden, did you use chemicals in your garden?
Exactly.
Have you learned some of the old ways so you can kind of catch on and do things a little bit better? I mean, they're kind of like new ways now because everyone was doing this stuff, but like, have you caught on to that? The proper soil conditioning, Have we learned what to use in contradiction to like the insecticides and pesticides, like that there's natural things that we can use for this? Like, have we learned all that? And some of those could include, rosemary, peppermint. Peppermint keeps a lot of stuff out of the garden. Some of those, and those are kind of like your generally safer ones.
Healthy.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I was reading the comments. Sorry. Go ahead. You're right.
Oh,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, boric acid is great in the garden. I've seen boric acid, work wonders for a lot of people.
Tons of marigolds and mint. Marigolds, a lot of animals hate the smell of marigolds, but chickens love to eat them. So it's like a double good right there. We don't put.
I've seen this done. So a lot of these gardeners they'll take some marigold, some cayenne pepper, some kind of pepper, garlic and mint, and they'll make a soak it in water and get the water and they'll boil it. And they'll make like a tea and let it cool down or whatever. They'll put it in sprayers and spray it all over there, and bugs, pests, things don't go near it. Either they don't like the peppers or the marigold or one part of it they don't like, but they spray it, and it's great for your plants. It's great for whatever. Moringa itself, we actually have it's a natural pesticide as well as the number one natural fertilizer. So because it has.
I'm gonna add to the list with a really weird one, but a lot of gardeners actually use human pee to keep a lot of animals away. A lot of animals.
Have you guys heard of pyrinthium flower?
Mark the border around your garden with some human pee and human hair, and they don't like it.
Have you guys heard of the pyrinthium flower, I believe it's called?
No.
Pyrinthium flower. I've never heard of
Pyrinthium
it. Tell us
flower.
about it.
It's a natural insecticide flower. It's kind of like the sunflower. Sort of keeps insects off your plants. I remember this back in college, though. The pyrinthium flower, you can line your garden with those, and that will help a lot, too.
Hey,
Oh, nice. Good.
Betsy has the cutest alpacas. I don't know if you guys are following her, but you need to go follow her.
I have a sunburn today because I was trying to put irrigation system into my garden because I cannot for the life of me remember to water it.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh, so
it was raining like crazy here for a couple of weeks, and then the second that I put all the seeds in the ground, no rain. No,
I don't get rain here. We're almost high desert. Pyrethrin flowers. So when you talk about pyrethrin flowers, or I'm not sure if you said the same word, but I did a lot of work in the animal field. Marigolds have pyrethrins in them. So a lot of times people will take the leaves and make the sprays out of marigold leaves because they do have natural pyrethrins in them.
All right, now we know something new.
Nice.
Marigold smell.
I never even heard of this other flower, but
so if you guys don't remember this, I'm going to have this on my YouTube channel, so you guys will be able to rehash and take clips or remember it too. So I want to reach this information when we do stuff like this, because I do this on Wednesdays as well. We have a roundtable like this, but when everyone's talking about this, is information that people need to know. It helps. So I appreciate you coming on here, Becky and Conservative, and I didn't know about this. This is the first time I've heard about this, but it's great. This is what people need to
I could speak on alpaca manure for days.
How good is it?
Oh, freaking amazing. It's not hot, so alpacas are oh gosh, when they say that thing where like pick a subject you could talk for 3 hours on, alpacas and their manure. I'll just grab my alpaca. The NPK values of alpaca manure are awesome. I grew the best tomatoes that I have grown ever last year in almost 50 alpaca manure. I sell it for $10 a bag because people will buy it like it's cool. It also they poop pellets kind of like rabbits do, and they metabolize all of the They are very efficient feeders, so their bodies will kill all of the seeds because they actually will digest their own food 2 or 3 times. So there's no seeds in their manure pellets. There's seeds in my manure because it blows in from the prairie, but
I
but
want
there's
I
no
want to go
seeds.
back to something that you said. It's not hot. So what that means is, so like a chicken when it first poops, you don't want to use that on your garden because it's hot. It's hot. It'll burn your plants. It'll, it has to break down over time. What she's saying is you can put it right on the garden and it's not going to destroy your plants. So
Correct.
that's a good thing.
So I'll
That
put
I
it in
didn't
the
know about
hole.
our pack of poop.
Yeah, I'll put it in the hole when I plant new plants. I've tilled it into my garden beds when I was prepping them. And then I also will do top-down dressing. It mulches really well. The pellets also hold water really well and decrease the amount of water you need, which is incredibly important here in Colorado where we have no water.
Absolutely. Yeah, that sounds like a great thing. You should be selling it for a little more than that.
Is it
Brand it,
and
put it out there.
They sell it on Etsy. You can also make a manure tea out of it for your house plants.
oh, nice,
A
nice.
4-H club sells it.
Nice.
Just took.
Hey, colostrum is relatively safe.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I mean, most specifically bovine colostrum. I mean, human colostrum is still pretty safe too, but most specifically bovine colostrum is safe. You're not going to have any problems with it. It actually has some really good nutritional factors. Amino acids, lactoferrin. Yeah, and actually lactoferrin is one of the things that have been found to bind to the ACE2 receptor site. I should come up with another name for that so that I'm not saying that anyway. But that's
Are you talking colostrum, like the colostrum that comes out of a woman's breast, like in the beginning, like right after she gives birth? Okay.
right, but they actually sell bovine colostrum as well in
I didn't
supplement
know they
form.
did that.
Correct.
And it's interesting. There's a difference between the colostrum supplement and colostrum replacer. So
Yeah, definitely like
From cows.
read up on the product, research, what it is. But yeah, there's a lot of really good nutritional factors. I mean, there's good clinical studies on bovine colostrum. They actually have good clinical studies on bovine colostrum for preemie infants. It was relatively supportive. It was encouraged to supplement a little bit in combination with it, but it actually includes a lot of the same amino acids that human colostrum includes.
That's good.
Human colostrum actually is slightly more diverse, though.
Interesting. Yep. Very, very.
Aaron, how'd you run across that? I'm interested. Did you find that in the TikTok shop, or I know you've been doing a lot of shop items. Is that one of them?
I know you
That's
can
my
buy it
friend.
at Big
That's my
R.
friend, Uplift Arts. Go follow him. He's a good guy. Yeah, I thought so.
TikTok.
He's been
Yeah.
experimenting. He's like the test dummy right now. They sent him like this pimple popper thing, and he had hickeys all over his face from it. Very funny stuff. It's kind of like give it to Aaron. He'll try anything. Give it to Mikey. He'll eat anything.
Y'all want to see my Thanksgiving dinner?
Absolutely.
I'll have to forgive the honking.
Turkeys are very good. We have a lot of turkeys that go through our property.
Don't hiss at me.
That's dinner, huh? That should be his
For
name.
Thanksgiving.
Try to put this girl.
If you don't shut up, you're going to be dinner. Don't bite me. He looks like he's going to give you a kiss, but he's not. He's going to bite.
You got a zoo over there.
I do.
I just watched this whole thing about geese and how they have a very protective natural instinct, and it kind of changed my whole perspective of geese because a lot of people hate geese. But then when
They're
you
mean.
dig deep into it, it's like a goose and a dog are friends, and like the goose is super protective over the dog, and it's just adorable. I mean, it's
That
part of their instinct.
can be the case if
Yeah.
they're raised together. So
Because
mine,
they imprint, right? The second that they're born, they imprint on whatever's moving
hmm
near them.
yeah, mine are breeding pair. Um,
Yeah, it's
I have a male and a female. The eggs are huge.
I
nice.
bet.
You want to see?
How do they taste, though? I don't think I've ever
Oh,
heard of goose egg.
so this is interesting. They have double
Wow.
egg. They
Yeah,
have
I'm not
double.
gonna lie. That the first time that I hatched a double yolk egg from my chickens, I felt like a king. It's like, what?
I'll show you some comparisons. How do I turn my phone around? Here. So that's a goose egg.
Oh, you went to audio. There we go.
Oh, hang on.
Let's get it.
No, it won't do it anyway. All right, that's a goose egg.
Okay.
And then that's a duck egg next to the goose egg.
Wow.
There's a chicken egg with the goose egg.
Oh my gosh.
I kind of have small chicken eggs. And
If
then
you can
that's,
get past the honking, it looks like
they only lay in the springtime
the
though.
womb.
And they have higher cholesterol. That's my 10 dozen eggs. And
Look in New York, turkeys run wild. As many of them as there are people. Wow. That's just food running around all over the place, Aaron. That's all I see.
trying to. Oh, here. They're really hard to crack. Oh, that one is not good
Filled
anymore.
up the whole plate.
Yeah, that one is
Wow.
not good.
That's a very big yolk.
Feed
It
it to
is.
chickens.
That's the
So
whole plate.
my
That
grandma,
is a
like
bad egg.
when I was a kid, my grandma actually did this. Like we had like a chicken coop. I used to have to go out there and get the eggs and all.
hmm
And but she had like ducks. We did obtain some like goose eggs as well or something like that. It was like because like she had them, and we had geese staying out in the pond. So I guess they had laid eggs there. I don't know. I don't know what all was going on because I was a kid. But we
hmm
tried like everything, and it's all very similar. Like it's all very similar in texture. It's a little bit. It's like the goose and duck egg stuff is like a little bit more thick, like the way I remember it. But it was very similar in texture. It was still somewhat like flaky after you cooked it and all. They're very comparable. You could easily enjoy if you're gonna enjoy chicken eggs, you're probably gonna enjoy the duck eggs and like the goose eggs and whatnot.
hmm
They're
The
very comparable.
I would say the duck and goose have they're even closer. They have a more dense yolk and higher cholesterol levels. When you bake with duck eggs, you end up with a fluffier cake that's a little more moist, which is really nice here, and we're so dry. Um, and then the chicken, yes, we have chicken eggs, and then we just got quail, so we're excited to try quail eggs. And I read a study about quail eggs um, having some enzymes that are supposed to be really good for seasonal allergies.
Now, is quail eggs the little ones?
Uh-huh. I don't have
Okay,
any.
yeah, yeah. See, I tried those when I was little too. Yeah, yeah, those were good too. Yeah, but it
Yeah.
was like a little snack though. I mean, you got to have like a whole bunch of them to really make up anything.
Three
A
quail.
lot of my audience that was mad that they couldn't get chickens because of like their HOAs and stuff like that decided to instead get quail and hide them in their houses. So there's a whole bunch of quail people out there now that
They're so cute.
I was encouraging everyone to get chickens, and they were fighting their their local neighborhoods and stuff, and then they went with quail. So
Everybody knows what a chicken egg song sounds like and what chickens sound like,
oh
and
yeah, yeah.
and the bark, bark, bark. But nobody knows what quails sound like, so they just sound like regular birds.
Cheep, cheep, cheep. Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And then if you get a chance, look up what a quail rooster sounds like. It is adorable. They,
It does.
they're like, "Ee, ee, 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 ee." That's terrible. I'm sorry. Just look it up. But they just sound like backyard birds. So I
Yeah.
talked my friend into getting quail for her greenhouse because she's having problems with slugs. So yeah, geese do make great watchdogs. I can always tell when there's a hawk above my yard or an eagle because they scream.
They're very protective. Yeah.
I'm
I
loud.
heard a rooster in my neighborhood somewhere the other day when I was sitting outside, and I was like, yes, somebody secretly has chickens around here.
Somebody has a
I
rooster.
can't. When I owned my house and I was living in my old place, I had chickens. You guys all know I legally had chickens. Even my freaking burrow, they were afraid to touch me because they knew how big my mouth was. They did not bother me at all with it. But I can't do that here because I'm renting, and the landlord's here like once a week. There's no way I can get away with it. But yeah, he said
You
no
do
pets,
quail?
no nothing. I can't have it. I can't have pets. I can't have nothing. Yeah. So I got to get out of here. That's what I need to do is goodbye. Goodbye.
Uplift Arts, you should definitely get an incubator and hatch some chicks.
Do it.
Do it.
Do
I
it.
just, I just got. I have learned the hard way though. I think I ended up with mycoplasma. Chickens get all kinds of weird stuff. That's not. It doesn't come to us, but it's not. It's species specific. But I think I got it from magpies
Mm,
because I don't have the best biosecurity, or I didn't have nets above my chicken yard, and I forgot I had a point. I don't remember what it was. Never mind.
you got the something plasma from them.
Oh, well, I got Myco. Like, I had to call my. Oh, got it. Train's back on the tracks. I had gotten a Cackle Hatchery surprise box. I took in two roosters that I didn't quarantine. They sounded really. I made a big mistake, rookie mistake too. I should have known better. And they all sounded crunchy. And
Wow.
I ended up, I believe it was mycoplasma because my turkey got it too. And I had to cull my whole flock that year. So that really stunk. If you're going to have livestock, you're going to have dead stock.
Aaron, I'm down. Where are we going? Somewhere in the south. Somewhere in the lower Appalachia. I'm down. Aaron, you know I've been wanting to start the cult for years. Let's buy the land and freaking do it. We'll have our own weird reality TV show right here on TikTok.
Lower Appalachia. I got a friend who stays like I don't know. I guess like the Georgia mountains or something like that.
Hmm.
And he says it's really nice there.
Yeah. Well, I'm also a huge tinfoil hat. So when it comes to all of the things that are going on with the world, if you pull up the FEMA map, there are districts, and there's a certain district that God's telling me to be in, which is that lower Appalachia. So that's where I want to be. And a lot of people who have dreams like me and stuff like that, we're all feeling called to that area. And I just want to be by the water, but yeah, I feel like things are going to be easier in that area for some reason.
I like the mountains.
Yeah, and statistically, survivability is higher in there in that area.
Yeah, I think as long as you're in a good place where you can like grow food, where there's decent soil, and I think also too having good access to clean water is going to be extremely important in those situations. But
Definitely.
Don't move to
we
Colorado.
really well, the other thing that we should take into consideration too is, being able to condition our own water. That's something that I've said to people for a while that like even if you gotta buy something that does it, they got like survival straws and shit. I mean, if you're really that into it and everything, I mean, there's definitely like things you can do,
Oh yeah.
but there's also systems you can set up. And I know too, some plants actually help when it comes to reconditioning water systems. So
Mhm. Yeah, there's definitely ways. Yeah,
Right.
My
I
water.
I run in so many different circles. Like I started on here as like survivalist, bushcraft, grow your own food, war tactic, like all of that kind of stuff got canceled, 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 canceled. But yeah, you'd be surprised the kind of the stuff I know when it comes to like bushcraft and all of that. And I really feel like survivability in the lower Appalachians, that's where it's at. And if you look at the disaster map, if you look at the FEMA disaster map predictions for the future, they're saying that water is going to divide our country. So water is going to be from the lower. I think it's going to border like the edge of Tennessee and Mississippi and go all the way up by New York, like Pennsylvania, New York, maybe Ohio, and it's going to divide the country. So you gotta figure out which part of which district you want to be in the Hunger Games, guys.
That's exactly what my mind went to when you said district.
It's a real thing.
So are you referring to like the tidal wave this, or whatever that's supposed to be like coming in off of the Pacific? It's supposed to, or off of the Atlantic. It's supposed to be like what from like it's supposed to be like sort of like a tsunami type thing,
I
I
definitely dreamt
guess.
about it, and I've met a lot of other people who have dreamt about it. And
I know what you're talking about
in my
because
dream, it was the water was so high. I was in the city and the water was higher than the buildings. It was insane. And my dreams are real. It's like going to sleep in this reality, waking up in another one, running a marathon or whatever crazy shit's going on, and then waking up over here and I'm tired and my legs hurt. Like it's that real. And that was one that was very real. And that
yeah,
was
I've
in
heard of that.
Arizona.
Anyway, no, it's definitely good to be able to condition your own water. It's definitely good to be able to condition your own, stuff, condition your soil for your food and everything. Any and otherwise, I like the barter and trade system. So developing a skill, also too, it's really not that hard to go out to the woods and find herbs. And so it's herbs that you really don't even have to work for. They just seasonally grow. If you don't go and pick them, no one will.
Hmm.
And I like that because I mean you're not wasting resources, you're not hurting anything, and yeah, it's a little bit of work to do it, but it's not like an entire season worth of work. In a lot of ways, the work is done for you. So
No,
you
you're
just got to go out. You just got to know when to go out there and harvest.
someone just brought
So
up electroculture. I I definitely I like the idea of it. I think it does help. And I saw a post where the government used to actually push people to use electroculture, and then the fertilizer companies kind of came in and said, "Oh no, don't push that anymore. We're going to push the synthetic fertilizers." So yeah, going back to electroculture would be a great thing.
Which
Electric culture?
you guys can actually see my video series on electroculture. So I talk. That's one of the things I discuss and talk about. She's actually talking about. So back then we used to use copper tools for everything. One is because it copper doesn't strip the nutrients or the moisture from the soil. So with the iron tools, and this is all part of their thing because they introduced the iron tools because it strips the nutrients and the moisture from it, and then they could introduce fertilizer. So, and that's how. And they said reason was is they didn't want to keep using the copper because their yields will be too big and not enough profit.
Yeah, we saw
So
the same thing. Was it you that posted that? Because I saw that.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's a video series. There's a lot of I have a lot of books with electroculture that you can download and stuff like that. There's um, Victor Feltenberg who talks about it and talks about primary water and stuff like that. So yeah, and that's why if you guys don't know about electroculture, um, and there's all kinds of stuff that they do, uh, and there's so many different varies about it, but you can basically just stick a copper rod, brass, into the ground, and you're going to get ether and stuff. It builds its own energy.
Do you have to electrify it?
No.
No. It
Just
gathers.
it there. Just it being near your plants helps the plants to grow.
You can put.
I have heard about that. I just hadn't dove into it very much. I'm gonna have to do that.
Imagine the pound onion. Yeah, and that's what it does. So um, there's a guy actually, and this is I need to do a video on. He does cloud busters. So he's making the same kind of electroculture, and they used to use it to uh, eliminate clouds and other stuff. If you go really deep into a lot of the stuff that they used to do or have, but animals love being around the copper because they get the energy. They know, they understand they can heal themselves. So there's a lot of benefits. And the videos that you see, there's different wire, the different antennas. You can see the results for people that actually do it. I'm going to be doing a series where here I'm going to add it to my Moringa in my microgreen series. So um,
I've
I
read
love.
about putting copper in water troughs, but
Yes,
I
It
have
can
to be
keep them
careful with that.
cleaner.
There is because animals can get copper toxicity too. So especially alpacas,
they look.
depending on how much you have in your environment and how much you have in your mineral licks.
Yep.
Like I,
Soft algae is what I saw too. Yeah.
but I can't always do that, so I scrub it out. But my tanks aren't that big, so it's not as big a deal in animals that need more copper, like sheep. Like I can't keep sheep with my alpacas because their copper needs are so much higher, so it causes toxicity in the alpacas if they share minerals.
Mm-hmm.
So
What were you saying, EJ? I see you talking, but we can't hear you when you're talking. And
I was like reading things. Someone said, um, I actually addressed this. I haven't actually made a video. So copper cups, it's a big trend here. A lot of people are using copper cups, and they say you have to wash it and do all this other stuff. So in other countries, this is like in some of the it's a religion, so, or like a religion. But what they do, and they use silver as well. You take copper cups, or they're like they're not actually cups. They're what do they call those glasses? Like can't they used to drink wine and stuff out of them. I forgot it's like a cup, but they
a
put them
goblet?
goblets. Yes, so there are four of them. So and this is part of their heritage religion. So they leave them out and they wait for the glimmer to, and then they drink one a day. So for that 4 day, and they do it for a certain amount of days, and then they refill it. And they have to so constantly. They leave them out. They're not putting it in the fridge. They're not whatever. They're and they can do it with silver as well. But it's part of their um, tradition or heritage. So it's different than when you see a lot of these people putting the water in their copper vases or cups and put it in the fridge, and then see them after a while. They tell them, and in these places they never wash their cups. So a lot of people say they build all this other green stuff and they have to wash it out with lemon and stuff like that. In these other places that they do this all the time, they say that's because it's our water screwed up or whatever. That they don't actually have to wash their cups. They've been doing it for years and months. With So, and I have this discussion with other people and says, yeah, you're going to build up, it's green algae, and it does, and it depends on the water or whatever. It depends on other stuff. But I've seen them do it in silver. I've seen the I forget what the tradition's called, or the religion, whatever. But it's very beneficial. So, um, and it's something that's been done for eons, generations in their culture. So it's something new here that they're developing, kind of like yoga. Yoga is a religion. It's not a exercise or whatever. It's a that's why you only see yoga masters that are these old men that are flexible. You don't see yoga master women because it's not for um, glamour. You become more limber, more. It's there's a whole process to it, and the reason I know about this, I knew someone who actually talked about it, and even on places like other um, social media platforms that are private that you can talk about this stuff, they would ban her there. She completely would shut off, especially when she started talking about yoga and the whole thing about it. So um,
Weird.
that's
I
all I
think
have.
I'm going to go back to the copper thing, and I think that it has something to do with the electromagnetic fields, and it's blocking some of the EMFs and things like that. I think that's why the plants are growing better with it. I have an EMF reader, and at my old house, I used to have crystals and stuff because my kids love to collect rocks, and I would go around with all the frequencies, and it would be going off, and then I would go near the crystals, and it would go down to zero. So these things where people think it's like juju or it's like witchcraft, where people are like wearing like crystal bracelets and stuff like that, there really is something to it. It really does get rid of the EMFs, and I studied this myself. I was floored by it. I really didn't expect that to happen, but that's what happened when I went near the crystals with the EMF reader. So I wonder, because people do have like the copper bracelets too. I wonder if this is the copper that does it too. Yeah.
So copper, it's have copper mats. So it's grounding. So what it does, and for us, it's not only it'll give you energy. It's grounding. It's gathering ether. It's gathering energy. My wife actually makes these. She does different chain links, copper. We have a lot of followers that actually buys these from my wife. She hand makes them copper. Blesses does the whole thing, whatever. So each link is pure copper or copper, and
That's
she
a
makes
good
it so.
point. The pipes used to
So,
be copper
but
too.
if you're looking to ground, if you day to day life that stress and all that stuff, these help energy, and they'll help you ground. They help relax you. There's a number of different things. If just do your research on them. And I know other jewelry makers that do the copper and crystals and some of the other stuff that you were talking about.
Hmm.
And it's also like she was talking about electric culture. It's good for our plants and animals too. So you can put them in your garden, the crystals, the copper, a lot of the other stuff. It does help. For back in the day, electrical storms. The reason why lightning hits that place is because it needs that. If you have copper and stuff like that in that area, um, it gathers all that there. It doesn't need to be, and that's the only reason lightning hits a place because it needs that in that area. Is what I gathered the information or whatever. You can do
How
your own
about
research.
this? I met a man who was struck by lightning, not once, not twice, but three different times.
Right.
And that makes you think, like, what about his body was that lightning so attracted to? Because three different times?
I know a guy has hit twice, two different times. And friends, and it came right through. First time it came through his air conditioner and hit him. Second time it came through his screen door. hit him, hit him again.
Wow.
This was I lived in Alaska or wherever he was at the time, or whatever. But um, I was like, man, did you play the lotto?
Right.
We have bad electrical storms here in Colorado. I just
Hey, the
read
radio.
about. Sorry.
Someone was saying they were hit by the through radio.
Oh my gosh.
Copper is also one of those things that as you're exposed to it more, it like sheds. Like it's like there's like little, it's like it's always like giving off little particles of itself. And so in some ways it's like, say, like when you're cooking your food in it, when you're drinking out of it and all that, you're getting copper into your diet. It's the same for the plant. When you're putting copper things around the plant, there's going to be copper going into the diet of the plant. Therefore, the copper is going to be more healthy because everything, in a lot of ways, we all need similar things as far as the basis for life. If you look at like the DNA comparisons of us to plants, it's very similar. We have very similar um, necessities as far as life and sustentation. Yeah, maybe like as far as like breathing, we breathe different, but as far as the nutrition goes, it's very similar. Part of the reason why we live so well off plants, part of the reason why we live so well off of, animals and things like that is like, we have similar contribution, we have similar necessity as far as sustaining life. And so that's what you see more of when it comes to as you contribute more of this to the diet of, say, like the plant and everything, obviously it's going to grow more healthy, it's going to be more healthy, and then it's going to have better nutritional contribution as far as your life goes as well. So there's the grounding aspect, because we are all also electric beings. This in my opinion is an electric universe. Like I'm one of those like electric universe theory like possible proponents. I actually think that there's something to it.
Ether?
Like that movie Powder.
It's like we live in a manufactured ecosystem that was produced specifically for us to be able to sustain us. And so when you look at the way everything's designed to act, and you look at the way that we're all very similar, in a lot of ways we all have a similar and common source, same necessities, same thing. So yeah, it's like in my opinion, yes, that's what it goes back to. I'm not really trying to get overly more toward that, and here in this platform right now. But what I'm saying, like, see, it's part of my theory that this was all put here for our for our contribution, and to make us better, to contribute to our lives, to for our improvement. And so I think a lot of people forget that when it comes to approaching this realm. They approach it as like taboo or voodoo. It's all witchery and this and that and everything. It's like, well, your book says otherwise. Maybe you should think about it, and maybe you should read it.
Yep.
I'm just saying I need to drink more Moscow Mules.
There you go. And like one of the things that should be taken into consideration too is that like the religious texts of like everywhere, all over the world, say the same things.
A lot of the same things, yes, they do. Indeed.
So it's like maybe we shouldn't get so caught up in our truth being the only truth, and we should, kind of say, hey, herbs from this place are really good. It's like we were talking about kava earlier, how kava is extremely beneficial, and especially if you can get it from islands in the Pacific, you really get the best benefit out of it. There's just some certain islands, there's certain places where it's like that's where the best kava grows. It's where you're going to get the best, kind. It's like sourcing quercetin from Japan. I mean, it's just like that's where you're going to get it. That's the best place. Now, quercetin, comes from other areas, but that's just one of the best places to get it. That's where it was discovered. So it's like kava itself, although yes, it has been used for intoxication and things of that nature. Yes, it does have its own benefits as well, whether it be like stress, anxiety, immune system, all kinds of stuff. It's a very beneficial plant, not for everybody.
Aaron, yes, that's what we're talking about. If you put copper near your plants, they'll grow bigger.
Yes, that's exactly what we're talking about. I just went off on a basically comparing like how the plants coming from different places and what's in the soil and everything contributes to this as well. Copper contributes to this extremely extremely well. Copper contributes to this in a huge way that a lot of people don't fully understand. And I've seen, I've watched. I guess I did some research on what y'all were telling me. It's like putting like the copper wires like next to the plants and everything, like running them, is like into the soil next to the plants. And y'all, that shit is real. Like, look that up. Look into if that's new to you and you were just now hearing about this. Look that shit up. Get it into your garden yesterday. I'm telling you, like these people are not playing around, and they're accurate with what they're
That's a
presenting.
good question. Can you use copper pennies?
I wonder. I wonder if there's any kind of different core inside the copper penny, but I would say if it's real copper, then yeah, it would work.
It would have to be old copper pennies. Yeah, it'd have to be the older pennies. Yeah, not the newer ones. A lot of time, they're pretty much mixed with like zinc and other types of things, and there's other metals and stuff that they include in there. It's not all copper. So there's like a certain year. Look up the certain year when they like stopped making all the pennies copper, and the pennies prior to that year you can use.
Yeah, you're definitely right on that because I've looked that up in the past. Because my ex used to coin collect a lot, and there was like a certain cutoff date where they changed everything. Even with the quarters, like the silver quarters, they're not.
1964 was definitely dimes. They stopped making if any dimes you find before 1960. I think in the 1960s was all silver. Zinc. They mix them a lot with zinc. They mix coins with zinc a lot now, and zinc can be toxic in higher doses. So.
I want to go back to something that Knowledge said earlier is when you're cooking with copper, how it can absorb into the food. The same goes for iron. So I have hemochromatosis, which is iron overload disorder. I get too much iron and it packs into my organs. But for those of you who are anemic, having that cast iron skillet and cooking your food in it can really help to supplement the iron in your diet, to get that iron in your diet. So just buy a cast iron pan and cook in it.
Particularly if you cook acidic foods in it, like tomato sauces. The acids will absorb the iron out of the pan a little bit better.
So, and especially when she's talking about, so if we're on iron, Moringa is if you have them. Sorry, someone asked that in basically today, and I addressed that. I actually had to address that. So if you're taking a supplement or a food or something like Moringa, and you have high iron frequency, make sure you, like I say, check with the physician, check with a healthcare physician or something, healthcare, primary healthcare. But you can also just take smaller amounts of it. So that's
most people. I think most Americans, especially women who don't have hemochromatosis, actually have family members who have that, are iron deficient. So. And it's not.
I can actually also speak on this when it comes to copper, zinc balance, because this is something that I saw a lot during coronavirus, that people were taking zinc supplements and not, balancing copper with it. So, and now this became more of the norm during that time, though, because a lot of people became aware of it. So you'll see like, 2 milligrams of copper or 3 milligrams of copper, something like that, included in your zinc supplement or your daily multiple, things like that. It's becoming more common in that way, but it's you definitely want to make sure you're maintaining zinc copper balance. There's a lot of people that were running their copper stores low because of that. Now, copper is well stored in the body. Copper is something that the body easily retains, but you definitely want to make sure you're still getting a small amount of it in your diet every single day. Yeah, bioavailability. Good. Yeah, appreciate you, Bruce. Well said, sir.
Yeah. Definitely.
Nice. A lot of great information. And you guys, like I said, this will be on my YouTube. If you guys miss any of the information, want to write this down, or maybe you're coming in late. This is a lot of great stuff.
talking about copper. Like I said, I have a video series on electroculture and copper. Uh, tells about using the tools. Talks about the guy. He had a copper plow that he used to use that was shaped like a mole, the same concept as a mole, and it would turn the soil perfectly. But with if you take, and this is how you, the difference in other things, if you guys can afford that, if you ever look at the prices of copper tools, but if you could take a copper shovel and an iron shovel, copper shovel will cut through the soil like butter, and the iron will keep, and it has to do with magnetic and the whole energy thing. That's why it's fighting. It's because of and that's why copper just goes right through it. You know, has to replace and do other stuff to it over time. Um, Iron rust and does some other stuff as well, but it's sharp. I mean, it
A
cuts
lot of the
through.
time, with people who are having problems with absorbing iron, they could have, other nutritional factors that are affecting their iron absorption, whether it be stomach acid content, be vitamin deficiency, most specifically deficiency in folates. And that's something that I've seen commonly in people who are MTHFR, is that their body has a problem. Oh, you? Okay, yeah, yeah. Like their problem has a problem. Their body has a problem when it comes to metabolizing folic acid. And folic acid. Okay, so folic acid in a lot of ways is not natural folate. It's a synthetic folate that has been added to the food supply. We fortified the food supply. It's also in a lot of supplements and stuff. But a lot of breads that you have and things like that have folic acid in it. Anyway, so
Like a
and we did it for a reason, and I mean there was good reasons behind it, but I still don't necessarily completely agree with it because of all the negative effects that I see happening, and when it comes to unmetabolized folic acid in some people. But anyway, so especially for people who are MTHFR, but people who are MTHFR have a problem when it comes to methylating their folates and converting it into methyl tetrahydrofolate in order for it to be usable in the body. Well, when you have folic acid, it actually adds an entire step completely, in the sense that the folic acid has to be reduced in the liver by a enzyme called dihydrofolate reductase. And so it adds more work in the process, and it lowers the bioavailability. And so for people who are folate deficient, B12 deficient, whether it be for so many reasons, now this can lead to buildup of homocysteine in the body and lead to negative neurological symptoms, things of that nature. But it also can negatively affect iron absorption. And so for a lot of people who, like, say you've gotten iron supplements or you've gotten iron infusions and they negatively affected your health, all right, that could be because you're deficient in folates, you're deficient in B12, those types of things. So that's what I like to kind of warn people about, especially if you're MTHFR, is making sure you're getting methyl tetrahydrofolate, or some type of good bioavailable form of folate in the diet. There are good high folate foods. A lot of your good, superfoods are high folate. Coconut water has folate in it.
I love
Cruciferous
coconut water.
vegetables. Do what?
I love coconut water.
Yeah, coconut water, spinach, moringa. There's actually quite a few good superfoods that have fair amounts of folate, and some of these good nutritional factors necessary, when it comes to iron absorption. And so definitely take that into account, especially, like I said, for people who are MTHFR. Even if you think you might be MTHFR, take that into huge account for your health in your life. I mean, we're talking brain health, we're talking digestive health, we're talking everything.
I'll do natural remedies though. Yeah, I got one from the TikTok shop. The methyl. I can't even say the word, but the methyl something folate for the MTHFR. I started taking that probably 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, methyl tetrahydrofolate is the form of folate that's the only form of folate that's naturally found in humans. That's naturally, it's found in nature. It's common in nature. Folic acid is not natural to humans. Now, there's other forms of folate, like there's calcium folinate, which, it still has some good bioavailability. I've even, like, some of my sensitive types, like, they actually do that over the methyl tetrahydrofolate sometimes. It just all depends, like, everyone is a little bit different, and we all have different experiences. Every body is a little bit different. But yeah, for people who are MTHFR, like, it's like, you'll commonly hear it, referred to as the mother gene,
Yeah.
Um,
That's what
I
I
was going
think
to
of
say
every
it
time.
myself. I'm glad somebody said it. I know someone said it in the
That's
comments.
that's how people will bring it up. But honestly, like, I actually don't like that. Like, it's honestly okay. So what the whole like to break down for you what MTHFR actually means. Okay, MTHFR is named after a portion of your DNA that is coded for the synthesis of an enzyme. The name of the enzyme is methylene tetrahydrofolate reductase, MTHFR. So the portion of your DNA is named after that enzyme. All right. Lack of production of this enzyme interrupts your methylation processes. All right. So we're staying with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if those methylation processes are interrupted, then obviously, okay, your bioavailability of B vitamins is going to be less. Yeah, the cats are trying to come back in again. So, but that's how that works. And so for people who are confused on that, you've had your doctor, say it to you, but jokingly laugh and just call it the mother gene, but not actually explain it to you. Okay, this is the reason why they started fortifying, in my opinion, why they started fortifying the food supply, but still kind of missed the mark with why we got to do it, because this is what generally leads to, like, a lot of hematological issues, blood issues, bloodborne issues, people who deal with maybe neural tube defects as far as, like, children, having children and things like that. Issues as far as general pregnancy and childbirth goes as well. A lot of that,
It's
connected with
linked
this.
to spinal bifida too, isn't it?
I'm sorry.
Isn't it linked to spinal bifida?
I mean, it's been linked to several different conditions, both autoimmune and structural. A lot of it has to do with your blood health, the way your body carries nutrients, the way your body carries oxygen. And so, once that is affected, yeah, that does have a drastic effect, because you got to think, all right, it's like I tell people this all the time, like the same, drops of blood that go through, up here, the very top of your head, go through the very tip of your toe. And so take that into consideration when it comes to your health, all right, that, you want all of your blood healthy. You need good, healthy blood. You also need plenty of it. The hypovolemia, that's, like the number one cause for, POTS type symptoms, dysautonomia, needing blood, transfusions, needing iron transfusions, things like that. That's the number one. I mean, it's the hypovolemia. If we can get more into these people, it wouldn't pool so much. It wouldn't, it would circulate better. Okay. Also, too, focusing on cardiovascular health is one of the big things when it comes to, like, collagen. Making sure that these individuals are getting plenty of collagen in their diet, collagen peptides,
I'm doing
minerals. Yeah, things that help when it comes to, like, increasing circulation. Potassium is huge for people who have POTS. So it is actually another one when it comes to, like, making sure we're having, like, coconut water or pineapple juice or something like that, like, depending upon blood type, because we also operate based off blood type. A lot of time, kind of like in more in my realm, in the naturopathic realm. And diet by blood type is a godsend for a lot of people. There's just so many people that have benefited from it. You're going to see, if you apply it to your life, it's like the app is $3.99, y'all.
You said diet by blood type?
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely good info. The original concept was developed by Dr. Peter D'Adamo, but it was other naturopaths that were working with him. There was numerous doctors that kind of contribute to this concept, and it's fantastic. And, it's like there's a lot of dietary studies when it comes to it, which is why I encourage, either do diet by blood type and or do, like, one of those sensitivity food allergy panels that'll tell you, like, what all you're sensitive to, not just if you are or if you aren't. Don't do the yes or no panels. Those are crap.
I've taken an allergy test, where they poke you with everything.
Yeah.
And they measure the hive. right?
Do the sensitivity, yes. Do the
The
sensitivity.
highest hive, the biggest one that you can get is a 13. I was a 13 plus on everything except for mold. I'm not allergic to mold. I'm like
That's odd.
everything. I'm allergic to earth in general.
Acoustic to life.
Yes. Like I don't think I belong here.
So, Uplift, what did you hear about collagen? What bad stuff?
Yeah, I was curious about that too.
I saw
Yeah,
something
'cause, I
about
mean,
that.
so
I mean,
collagen is sourced from bone broth. Bone broth is something that has been in our diet for literal millennia. Now, it's something that was recently taken out of our diet in kind of like the past generation or so. But really, if you go back just to our grandparents and up, bone broth was much more common in the diet. It was much more common. We used it and everything. So to say that collagen peptides are bad for people and all that, that's kind of like saying bone broth is bad for people, which
I
is
wonder if it depends on where they're sourcing it.
yeah, just
I think that's part of it.
peptides and what's bioavailable for different people. Also, collagen synthesis cofactors like vitamin C. Vitamin C opens the pathway for collagen synthesis. There's also other collagen synthesis cofactors like MSM. Now, you want to be careful about those because the sulfuric compounds that are included in some of these collagen mixes, because that can be a problem for MTHFRs. So if that, like, I can tell you right now, if that's something that, if that's what you're bringing up or if that's something that you're trying to bring to my attention or something, I'm definitely well aware of that. That's why we commonly will only either source the ones that have vitamin C in it, or if we're going to have ones that have the other, collagen synthesis cofactors in it and sulfuric compounds, that we make sure that we say something. It's like, hey, this is not a product for MTHFRs. This is not a product for my sensitive types. Like, if you react to, sulfuric compounds, sulfide, this is not your product. Go with the other one. It only has vitamin C in it, or go with the fish collagen or something like that. Something more, clean and more direct. I have people who they do single ingredient things. If I send them to the supplement store, or if I send, if they buy something from me, or if they, are going to get something from the store, what have you, it is single ingredient things that we're doing. We do not jump into big herbal mixes and stuff like that because it's like you got to be careful with some people.
Yeah,
So,
slow go one at a time.
Yeah, putting someone just straight onto just a collagen supplement, like, hey, Justin, should I just, take a collagen supplement? It's like, no, you shouldn't just take a collagen supplement. You should try to get something that's, well sourced, clean, has synthesis cofactors, and is diverse in types of peptides, depending upon you. Some of y'all, I may not do the diversity in peptides, but I like the diversity in peptides for most people because it's going to contribute to the conditioning of multiple types of tissue. Whereas, like, say, for a lot of people who only go with the bovine collagen peptides, that's not going to be as bioavailable for everybody. And yes, this subject is like probably one of the most censored subjects like on the internet. So as we talk, that numbers as I talk like about this specifically, that's going to continue to happen.
I did notice that our number went down.
Yeah,
I have
that's
a lot
what
of.
happens. Yeah, that's usually what happens to me too.
Did I get back out? Did I go out to the barn and go get my alpacas? The numbers go up.
The numbers go up when there's cute animals. That is for sure.
It's not all about numbers. It's more about truth than numbers. But that is, like I said, one of the most highly censored subjects on the internet. As far as and I love what y'all do here. The growing food, and everything is actually, and some people say like it's the alternative to me or whatever. All that. If it is, so be it. Do it. That's where it should be. That's where it's at. That's what I want more of. I just want healthy people. That's why I started doing this. I don't rely on supplements for my income and sustainability. So fuck it. I don't give a shit. I
grow a garden.
I just want everyone to be healthy and happy.
Yeah.
Do what?
The reason I want to tell you the reason that I grow a garden. I want to eat healthy. I really do. But I am terrible at it. I have some sensory issues, and I don't like to chew vegetables. But if I grow them myself and put all of the effort to growing them, I will
taste so much better because they're
Well, it's not just the taste. It's just that I've put so much effort and sunburn into growing them.
Yes, I see that. That was me a couple weeks ago. Oh, I have a tip for you. And it worked for me a couple weeks ago. I don't know if you saw how bad I was burned like 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Lay in a bath with vinegar in the bath.
Okay. It's just my arms.
It takes the sting out of the burn, and the burn like went away and turned into a tan. I was so impressed by it. Someone told me to do it, and I did it, and it worked.
Gigi, you say juice vegetables. That's I did that at one point, and what I realized was that I have a lot of colon cancer in my family, and taking the fiber out of the vegetables that I'm eating is actually detrimental to my health. I've got colon cancer on
The other thing you
both
should
sides.
take into consideration for that is like you want to lightly cook your vegetables if you're going to juice them. You don't just juice raw vegetables because they contain goitrogens that are actually going to inhibit nutrient absorption. So definitely take that into consideration. If you are juicing or blending your vegetables or what have you, adding them to mixes, smoothies, whatever, at least lightly cook them before you do this. Do not just add your raw vegetables into your diet, please.
You say lightly cook, like blanch, kind of?
Blanching, yeah, like lightly.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I know she's not here, but I want to give a shout out to Lock and Key Apothecary. She sent me some deodorant. That's magnesium deodorant.
That's cool.
Oh.
I like that. But
It
yeah,
smells good.
hey, Betsy, by the way, to answer your question, it could be different for each plant, for each vegetable that you're eating. So just look it up for each vegetable that you're eating, like how long you should cook it for to run the goitrogens out. But it should be at least be like a few minutes of, like cooking. Is that we are referring to it as blanching, lightly steaming, boiling, what have you, those types of things should run out the goitrogens after like a few minutes for most of things. But like I said, it depends on what it is. Some beans, you have to soak them like overnight, some beans and nuts, you have to soak them overnight. So it's
Listen,
like,
I was just so excited and proud of myself today because I ate one piece of lettuce.
Cucumbers.
I grew it.
It's a start.
Right?
Lettuce, spinach, cucumbers. I like that. Well said, Bruce. Yeah, celery. That's another good one. I like broccoli, cauliflower, spinach. I probably said spinach twice, but I don't give a fuck. Like I'll say it, again. That's a good one.
What about chard?
Approves.
Swiss chard.
Hi, the Sailor Man. He approves. So it's fine. Say it twice. The spinach is good for you. Unless you're like me with hemochromatosis, then you don't want too much spinach. And also on hemochromatosis, high iron overload, you don't want to take a lot of vitamin C or drink before a meal, like drink alcohol before a meal, because it all makes you absorb more iron.
All vegetables tasted like the Impossible Whopper. I'm in. I watched an interesting.
Aaron, what are you doing eating that?
I'm just.
Celery is a great compound in it. Celery is something that when I'm extremely inflamed and my body is like super inflamed, I will take that whole stalk of celery, chop it in half, and eat like a whole mound of celery, and the inflammation in my body goes down. Like it really, really helps. Shred your avocado seed and eat it. I also saw something about the avocado seed when you put it in, I think it's Espradol alcohol, and you turn it into a spray and you put it on your joints will hurt less. I'm not sure how to make it. Just look up avocado seed and alcohol for pain relief.
I tried juicing celery once, just a glass of celery juice. Never again.
Yeah, I don't know why everyone started juicing it. Like I was on here telling people to eat it for their pain, and then all of a sudden it was juicing everywhere, and I'm like, why would you want to drink it? Like, why?
Oh,
I respect the juicers and all. It's like if that works for you or what have you, because like I said, we are all different and all. I'm not really a juicing person. Like I feel like eating your meals right. I am a smoothie guy. I do smoothies in the morning.
I like smoothies, yeah.
But
be careful with that too because of the high sugar content.
I'm sorry.
I said people have to be cautious with smoothies too because of the high sugar content. Like a lot of people think I'm doing this for my health, and then they're putting too much sugar in one meal and they're drinking it, and it's like immediately available because it's already broken down.
That
And
or synthetic sweeteners like sucralose. That's something I was speaking on earlier. Like that, they'll include synthetic sweeteners and things like that to make it taste better and all that, but it's like it's actually crap.
yeah,
Synthetic
It's one of the things that
sweeteners taste like absolute garbage to me. I can nail it every single time.
me too.
My husband's like, "Oh, I don't know which Dr. Pepper is which." I'm like, "Let me try them." That's yours.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh, so like it is.
That's me too.
So
100%. I can detect that right away.
I would rather just have the regular Dr. Pepper and drink the regular sugar or corn syrup or whatever the heck it is, rather than
Not corn syrup. Not corn syrup.
well, anything better than the artificial sweeteners.
Either
I'll take it over the
Agave nectar is good. I like that.
I'm just talking about in my Dr. Pepper, girl. I don't care what it is. I'm taking
You know what
sugar
the
over
secret ingredient is in Dr. Pepper that makes it taste different than the other sodas? Prunes.
Oh, okay. I was going to
Prunes
say
is
they
what
put
makes
drugs
that
in it.
tasty.
dates.
I thought
Dates
it
are
was
good.
cranberry extract.
Have yourself
So
a date.
what I'm hearing is Dr. Pepper is good for me.
Is it prunes or cranberry extract? I thought it was cranberry extract.
It's prunes.
Prunes.
It's got 23 flavors, so the world may never know.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not the original formula anymore. It's far from it.
None of them are. None of them are.
So interesting fact, well, thing to bring up. When I was young in Texas, my mom showed me how to find sassafras trees, and my brother and I would make sassafras tea, which is apparently kind of toxic. And you drink a lot of it. But yeah, we would drink sassafras tea, which is the root of root beer.
Huh.
So.
Sassafras is fun to say. I just want to put that out there.
Check out the benefits from it that they try to. It's one of the things that they try to ixnay, whatever.
Oh, we
If you-
can't say that fun word. Let's not.
No, you can. I don't care. But no, they try to. If you Google it or if you whatever, try to look up you type in benefits. They'll say, oh, it has some, but it's mostly used as a soda pop or something. But the benefits from it is pretty outstanding. It's pretty amazing.
Sassafras?
Yep.
Oh.
Yes, indeed.
I just love sassafras trees. I would love to propagate a piece of it, but I don't know that it will grow here. But the leaves of sassafras dried is what they put on top of. It's called gumbo filet. And that's what they put on top of gumbo to thicken. It's a thickening agent. If you don't use okra.
Cornstarch.
No, you can't put cornstarch in your gumbo. No.
I don't eat gumbo, so I'm not a seafood person. That's another thing you're supposed to stay away from with hemochromatosis is anything shellfish.
Well, no, I make turkey, chicken, andouille gumbo.
Oh, okay.
The leftover Thanksgiving gumbo, and it is so good. So no shellfish whatsoever. So you can eat my gumbo next time you come. I've got some elk in the freezer. We'll throw that in there.
I've tried elk. I've tried bear. I've tried moose, turtle, alligator.
Alligator's good.
I will try everything once. It does not mean that I will continue to eat it. I've tried all those things. They were nasty. Bear was disgusting. I really did not like bear at all.
It tastes a lot like bald eagle, doesn't it?
I've never tried bald.
I'm just kidding.
Wow, way to get canceled now.
I know. I was waiting for that.
Turtle.
I know. I love turtles. I do. They're like my spirit animal, and I'm so sorry, but yeah.
I might be growing okra this year. I was kind of.
Joke.
Oh, sorry. I was
Okra has some properties in it that is like an antidepressant. So if you're sad, eat a bunch of raw okra and it can lift your mood.
I didn't know that. I may have chaos gardened a bit this year.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that?
That was invented by myself and my friend from Florida.
Oh, really? Okay,
And
well, then I got it from you. I found the idea.
yeah,
I've heard the
well,
idea somewhere and it's stuck in my head. And I'm like, I had a whole bunch of seed packets. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with these.
yeah,
I'll just
Jimmy
throw them in
down
my
in
garden.
Florida when
I
he
can't get
first
people in okra.
when he first started his pages, we had a conversation. He's like, I don't know how I'm gonna encourage people to grow food, and I said, literally, just do whatever. Literally, just put the message out there. Grow food. Doesn't matter how you do it. And then he came up with chaos gardening, and that's when he started throwing seeds like this. He would
Yes,
just get a bag of beans from the store and whip it around.
that's
He
what I
he was
saw.
up here a couple of months ago. We went and we did the whole office tour, and yeah,
Nice. I did see that one.
yeah,
It's
we had
That's
fun.
what I did with all my seed packets that I weren't sure if they're viable. So we'll find out. I might be growing beets. I might be growing onions. They may be friends. There may be enemies. I don't know. Get what we get and we don't throw a fit.
Hey, we appreciate you. No problem. Hey, I'm gonna end this live. I'm gonna gotta start my Moringa tea and get ready for tomorrow. I got some other stuff I have to get ready, and I appreciate all of you. Thank you for all the gifts and likes and everything, and you guys just coming in here and talking. Uh, not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, I believe, is we're going to have a round table. So you're all invited to that round table. Come and talk. We have a discussion just like this. And um, Betsy,
Yes.
I'd love to have you on my Saturday morning live. It's 11 a.m. Central. If we can make a date, set something up, and I'd love to have you just talk about alpacas and
Yeah,
whatever.
I'm good at that.
the benefits of alpacas. She is like the number one for that. Yes, for sure.
And like I said, on my Saturday morning, I invite herbalists and stuff like that, people that want to be more self-sufficient and are helping others be more healthier. And, you know, this is beneficial, I believe, like you said, like I tell people, use this as the number, a fertilizer that they can use, especially if you do permaculture. But something like that is very beneficial. All these options and stuff like that, the climates in different areas. But the more we know and the more we share, it's beneficial for everybody, especially building communities. Like we talked about the apps and stuff like that. If you guys don't build your own community where you're at, that's your fault. You can't say, well, hey, I don't have any electricians, or I don't have any nurses or herbalists, or I don't have any chickens where I'm at. Gotta work as a community. As you were saying earlier, Danny, grow one thing or do one thing, for your community. Say you grow tomatoes. Your neighbor says, hey, if you can grow, and you can share, you can say, hey, you can trade. You can say, hey, I was at the farmer's market today. I bought dandelion seeds. And you're okay. Do you have room? No one's going to turn down stuff. Hey, yeah, I don't want that. They say, oh yeah, I got. Let me plant it. So work as a community. In that way, it's more beneficial for you guys. It's cost efficient. So
Grow
help
the
each other
grass
out.
under your own feet. The grass isn't always greener on the other side. You gotta water the stuff that's under your own feet. And if we can water the grass that's under our own feet, we can help provide for our communities. And even if it's just that little conversation that you're having with that person that's rolling their eyes, eventually they're gonna hear it so many times from other people, not just you, that it's gonna start to click to them. It does take some people a lot longer to realize how destructive things could be. But if you have that little earworm, if you're that person that's just like, hey, I'm growing this garden and blah blah blah, and then they get the cucumber from it, they're going to be thankful for it, and eventually it's going to stick. So we got to keep doing that, and your voice has power. That's why they silence it. I love this forum. I love you guys, and I'll definitely probably. You said not this Wednesday.
Not this following Wednesday. Next Wednesday, I believe. I'm doing it every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Month.
Message me, and I'd love to talk about alpacas all the time.
You didn't get to say your farewell goodbye and what you wanted to speak to everybody, but we love you, brother. Thanks for hanging with us. Diverse, I believe. What's this? Transcendence. Sorry.
Thanks for all the comments, everybody.
Yes,
much appreciated.
Appreciate you every time you come in, brother. You're full of knowledge, and love having
incredible.
you. Mm-hmm. Right. And Betsy, I haven't seen you come up in a live, so thanks for coming up.
It's been a while. It's been a hard year.
Yeah, I hear that. Oh gosh, yeah, we've all been going through stuff, but yes.
Had a lot of death this year, so
I'm so sorry.
We are growing things for living.
Oh, Betsy, let's DM me or whatever. Let's talk. I'd love to set up if you're available. I do them on Saturdays, and I'd love to have you on a Wednesday night thing to come up here and on a round table. And this is what I'm about, connecting.
She's a good egg. I've been friends with her for a long time, so.
Yeah. Oh, never mind then.
Bye.
Thanks. Appreciate you. Yeah, all been great, and thank you so much. This, a lot of people, and I, what I'm watching, just like when you started, Danny, a lot of people doing the gardening and stuff like that. A lot of people are doing this. A lot of people are getting herbalists together or doing this kind of content now, and it's like, hey.
Well, in 2020, the first thing I did was I said, we want everybody doing this, but not everybody can grow food. So if you're a person that has a voice that can talk about growing food, if you have a scientific background, if you have a media background, if you can make logos, I even told people, change your screen names to food-based things. So don't be Jimmy, be cucumber banana. You know what I mean? Like just ridiculous stuff to just get people focused in the right area. And they did. There was artists making art, and there was people doing podcasts, and there was people, I am so thankful because I was one of the first people on here to say, shout it from the rooftop, and people did it. And I'm 4 years in, and I'm realizing how big of an effect this is really having, because a lot of these companies are scared, and we can see it because they're reacting to what's going on here. So it's great. It's great. But I love you guys. I'll see you in a couple of days whenever we come on here again. And,
awesome. Having y'all. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. Have a good night. There's no sunshine where you're at. Make your own. From them farms to your home. Guys, take care. Love you all.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.